Coney Island. Why are you doing that?
That's not you.
Why are you doing that? Why would you do that? The West Bank does not belong to Israel.
Israel and Somalia.
What they're doing in the West Bank. Why?
Okay, because Israel and Somalia are running the world as we speak.
Somalia. Thank God they can't come to the U.S. right now.
Somalia and Israel
have you been to the West? Have you been to Ramallah?
No. Somalia and Israel, they fucking.
Yes. When have you been to? Please tell me. You've been to Area A. To the actual question, Shorty, I'm not here to understand your politics. Have you been to the West Indies? Many times. And so, if you've been to the West Indies, do you know where Diego Martin is and where Belmont is? No one's asking you to know that. I'm asking you a very specific question. You don't know what you're talking about. Why is Israel doing what they're doing in the West Bank? Why the West Bank? You don't have an answer. Either you got an answer or you don't have an answer.
They took a black woman to do this.
You don't have nothing.
You don't have an answer. Just say you don't have an answer, but don't act like you can't be geopolitically smart. I'm answering you. The biggest city in the West Bank is run by the Palestinian Authority. It's called Ramallah. Israel is not there. It's run by the Palestinian Authority. I didn't ask you that. I said, why is Israel doing what they're doing to the West Bank? I didn't ask you about Ramallah. I didn't ask you about Ramallah. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You don't know how y'all have these conversations with these Zionists and expect them to be realistic with you, but they don't expect the black people to have a sense of geopolitics. Black people do in A, B, and C.
All right, real.
Yes. If you forget September 11th,
it's proof of, you just have to kick her.
So, one of the things, where did you go? Did you leave? Okay, never mind. We're sticking to the top of the room. We're not talking about, Palestine or any of that stuff. Can we stick to Israel and Iran? I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm just going to say this last thing. The new settlements will be in the north of Nablus. It will be en route for 3 in the Jordan Valley corridor, 4 new settlements.
One at a time.
Okay, Abby, do you have any smart semantic words to use? Where is that? You don't have anything else?
Normally, you take over for Abby. You got those people that
you just wait, all normal. Like, you talk a ton.
You're kind of muffled, too.
Really quick, they're saying there's nukes, sorry, Matt, there's nukes in Pakistan, too. That's what Netanyahu's saying.
Of course there's nukes in Pakistan. There's been nukes there forever.
Yeah, that's we've all known.
Yeah, but Israel's now going to go to war with Pakistan. That's the new war.
Pakistan, nobody has that. Pakistan's way too large of a country. That would be such a fucking messy war. And not to mention India would probably get involved. That's
India would take Pakistan if Pakistan jumped in. That's correct. So let's go back to this very briefly.
The whole nation united against Israel. Even India supported Iran. Well, wake up, India is not supporting Israel. You stupid ass. India just formally supported Iran against Israel.
India. Oh, Israel has a source? Do you have a source?
Yeah, I want to hear. Tell me what you think.
What's your news source on that?
Make Israel great again.
Okay, make Asia great again. That's what you got. So you have anything on any settlement anywhere? Nothing?
Yeah. North of Nablus.
What settlement is north of Nablus? What's the name of the settlement that you're
Okay, Israel wants to build settlements in north of Nablus.
So they haven't built it yet, right?
I'm sure they'd be beautiful.
Okay. They want to create 22 new settlements in north of Nablus. No,
they want to?
Yeah. There's a Serbian dog named Betel Smotrich, a European Jew.
I don't get it.
No, I don't like Smotrich.
So, So you don't object to anything that Israel did, you object to what we want to do. Is that correct? There's no settlements that you're objecting.
Am I being gaslighted?
No, I'm asking you the question. It's a yes or a no question.
Why is it when we talk about Iran, you are so straightforward?
Yeah, I'm being straightforward now.
Yeah. Now when we talk about this, like, what is it? What is that? What area? What? Can you define it? Can you explain it?
The claim. You made the claim, sir. What is the basis of your claim?
Look, I don't want to be rude, but bro.
Don't be rude.
Nobody likes you, bro. The whole Western world
Nobody
sees you for what you are.
likes it. You like Iranian people like Israel.
Oh, you do like
Iranian people like Israel.
These Iranian diaspora
Only
people
Iranian
actually
people
are
don't like it are IRGC stick defense, and the only ones that I know of on this app seem a little suspect. The real people absolutely are overjoyed and want to be liberated from the regime. So the rest of it is just fucking bullshit.
Trump did not approve this strike. Trump did not approve this strike.
I think America's playing
Americans stand by.
That is what they're saying, right? But we're still helping Israel shoot down missiles from Iran at the current moment, right? Like U.S. military and the Navy are helping Israel. So we're saying that we need to prove it, but we're helping them.
That's called PR, and I love it.
Stand back.
And Israel wants to build 1,000 new settlements in Iraq investment.
None of the carriers have moved. Why we don't have a carrier in
Netanyahu said
Is not in Iran right now. Israel is in Iran.
Netanyahu is now
We
saying
are protecting them.
the nukes are in Yemen.
Strike on Iran.
Yeah, so-
It's not in Iran.
Right, but now this, in all seriousness, he's saying that the nukes are in Yemen, but they belong to Iran. That I can put in the chat.
So now he wants to bomb Yemen. I'm asking her for the context of why he was saying this. Why did he bring up Yemen to me? What's the whole point of you bringing?
The Houthis are funded by the IRGC, so he's saying that the actual nukes can be in different sites. So there's one in Iran and the other in Yemen. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Oh, does he want to start bombing Yemen next?
We've been bombing Yemen first.
Let's stay on top. Lord willing, y'all stay on top. This was one of the most interesting rooms of all time, right? Like, this was the anti-Semitic marker, right? Because it's understandable for people to critique the Israeli government and the duration of the war in Gaza. But when you shift all of this and apply your hate to their assault on Iran, which is the great mortal enemy to the United States and Israel, that shows how anti-Semitic you are, and I think that's been fascinating to me.
Trump did not approve the strike, so we do not have to support it.
We also don't
they collaborated to take care of Taliban, they collaborated to take care of ISIS, they are strategic partner bottom up, and they shout at each other for political reasons.
Trump said that he did not approve of this.
So Israel is basically the 51st state. You know, like they really are just an extension.
How is that? I don't get it.
They're our first line of defense. The only reason we give a shit about Israel is because we want to keep the war over there. Nobody actually gives a fuck about Israel having their own territory. As an American, I don't give a fuck about Israel. I care about my own protection, right? I see them as a valuable tool for American protection. They want to handle the terrorists, good for you. Outside of that, I don't give a fuck about Israel.
I'm gonna keep note of that.
Nobody give a fuck about Israel and Palestine.
Everybody in this room does. I guess you're mistaken, sir.
You are not American, El Normo.
I would say the average American, like maybe people who talk on here, there's people who care, but I would say most of us, it's just another country. It's not Exactly.
Most Americans don't. This is all personal for Nicholas. This is all personal for Nicholas. A little birdie on the tree said that Nicholas was dating a very high-value Jewish man that actually rejected him and sent him back to work. So again, Nicholas, keep being mad. Keep being mad. Keep being mad, Nicholas. Nicholas, keep being mad. Keep being.
All right. But no, in all seriousness, like the average American. Maybe it's different here in like New York City, but like the average American, they probably don't even know somebody from Israel. It's like it's a very foreign place to them.
Yeah. But do you care about the fact?
I mean, Nicholas did, and that man said, "You're not taking my money."
You're derailing the room.
Yeah, dude, you're derailing really bad. But no, I think that I think most reasonable people who at least paid attention to the news for the last. Especially 20 years or so, nobody looks at Iran as a good country. I mean, they
Iranian kills me or something.
They destabilize that region and of course make a lot of threats to the West, and they have killed U.S. troops that were in Iraq.
So Pepe, can I ask you a question?
No.
I asked Pepe. I didn't ask you, Monkey. I asked Pepe.
No.
Can I ask you a question, Pepe?
You ask me fucking questions.
So why do people use the death of children in war as a gotcha moment? Yet these are the same type of people that completely ignore the existence of abortion in the West.
Well, one image is just more graphic, and that's like dead babies. So.
Have you ever seen a picture of an abortion?
Yeah, but they chose to do that. The bomb went through the damn school, church, and dinner table. Shut the fuck up.
The baby didn't
choose to die at the hands of abortion.
Othello, you can't claim the moral.
Nobody's derailing the room. I'm giving a proper analogous.
The problem with people like you. The problem with people like you.
Pepe, hold on. Hey, L, hold on. One second. Can you guys hear each other when you're all speaking at the same time?
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yes.
No, you can't. Oh, you can't because I can't. So how about this? We're gonna do what they call taking fucking turns. It's something that we teach children when they're in elementary school. I know some of you skip that stage of life, so we're gonna teach it to you here. You're gonna take turns speaking.
Oh my God! Now we got over moderation today.
Othello, can I ask you a question?
Room has been fine.
Othello, I wanted to ask you one question before you go. You bring up dead babies. Now, I did see the I saw dead fucking babies. I mean, that was some of the footage we did see that was released to the public, not just like the media and certain government officials. I mean, you're sitting here. You have one side that literally will go out of its way, intentionally killing the elderly and the young, and that's happened with Israel, but it's not like the intentional though. So when you bring up dead babies, how am I realize that it's morally it's very different. Like, how can you actually think you have the moral high ground by just bringing up a stupid quote like, what about dead babies? Like, that doesn't work with
You can have the moral high ground because we're talking about a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, or even a 2-year-old.
Yeah, we know how old babies are.
We're talking about a human that's grown in deeper.
We know what a baby is.
Has grown deeper into conscious awareness.
Yes.
Their body.
We know what babies are.
So why did Hamas shoot babies in the fucking face? Can you tell me why?
I don't know why they did it.
It did fucking happen. I saw the picture. I saw a fucking picture of a dead baby in a fucking crib. Like, don't fucking lie to me.
I'm not a part of Hamas, but like killing 100,000 babies.
100,000? That never happened.
You see what I mean? Like, Pepe, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this black man is wearing his Palestinian badge of honor, booty clapping for Palestine. Like, it's fucking weird.
It's not like it's 30,000 babies. The real answer is that nobody knows.
Pepe, do you not see what's happening?
Yeah, I can see what's happening, but the real answer is nobody, even Israel, nobody knows the true number. Okay, first of all,
only 30,000.
Nobody knows the true number of Holocaust. This motherfucker hates Jews.
Okay. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Now we have Holocaust
There's an
deniers.
airstrike.
There's an airstrike.
Gaza. So what? Why?
Jesus Christ.
Shut up, you fucking.
So there's an airstrike, okay?
Fuck Gaza.
Oh my God, dude, shut up. Like, there's an airstrike, and they're going after specific targets. It so happens to be that there was innocent people that were in the building or nearby. That is a lot different than looking at a baby and squeezing off a round out of your AK-47 and killing it, like, while you're looking at it. That one is like, they're not even comparable. They're just intentional. Like only a disgusting person does. And I'm being serious. I don't even think most of the Nazi death camp guards would stomach sticking a gun to a baby and killing it. Like that's just so bizarre and gross.
You're trying to do this either or thing. You're trying to do this either or thing.
Yes, because that's who Israel's fighting. You fucking retard.
Both are horrible.
No, one's a lot worse than the other.
No, it ain't no one.
Yes, it is.
Can we let Dr. Jordan speak? Let Dr. Jordan speak. Go ahead, Dr. Jordan.
Shout out to Dr. Adams because as hysterical as he's been today, and it was funny, I was at the gym so I couldn't speak too much. He really does speak truth to power. And I'm appreciative of you being such an ally. I think some of that got lost in some of his rhetoric, but he said some really poignant things about alliances and communities and how important things are to certain groups and how some people have forgotten who has their back. So keep in mind that Iran wants to absolutely destroy America as much as Israel. And so you really need to kind of honor what Israel is doing in this case. You don't have to agree with the Israeli government on everything they're doing, including ongoing efforts in Gaza, but you do have to honor what they've done here. And I think you'll find that across the board, people who are informed are absolutely supportive of taking down the IRGC.
Trump did not support the strike for Black Americans.
So if Iran wanted to destroy U.S., why Iran can't help America?
Stop using the term Black American.
Why you can't help
Say you don't support
ISIS?
Why do we give them billions?
Y'all will never stop fucking complaining. Y'all will never stop fucking complaining. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I know, Dr. Jordan, I'm very much so educated and well-spoken, and I know the gravity of the words that I'm saying. And I really wish that Israel would deploy Hiroshima, okay, on these fucking people to end this conversation once and for all. Because again, at the end of the day, what's sick is that you enter into a conversation about the spoils of war and you're not willing to have that conversation. You're doing it emotionally. And thank God that emotional men like this are not at the helm of our U.S. military. Thank God.
Do you want to talk about taxpayers? Here's a really interesting thing, and this will be a very quick and sharp jab at your community. Okay, your community, the African Americans, contribute. They end up receiving $460.4 billion in services every year, while only paying in 140 billion. In other words, that's a $320 billion drain on our economy because of your tax dollars. And you're talking. Hold on a second. So do you want us to take our tax dollars instead of sending it to Israel? Do you want us to provide more services to dumb, lazy black people?
No, don't send it to Israel. Send it to Florida. Y'all killing the convo.
Give a motherfucker more food stamps and shit.
No, give more money to Florida so that freaking taco-eating Dominicans like Nicholas can learn to park on concrete as opposed to the wall. Yes. Give them more money. Give them more money for paved driveways.
Those folks who want to change and use.
Black Americans are way more of a drain on our economy than Israelis are on a yearly basis.
And white Americans are the biggest sexual online predators
on the U.S. economy. We contribute
contribute. We have a positive contribution. We pay in more in taxes than we take in services.
And white Americans are
Atlanta is doing better than the Appalachians.
Social security that we pay to white old
Oh my God, y'all have ruined the conversation with this.
Yeah, y'all killing the convo though.
No, let's talk about the fucking our tax dollars.
No, unblock me, Nicholas. Unblock me.
Rather than
I
pay.
don't think about you, Adams. I don't know why you're obsessed with me like this.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
See, Adam's killing the convo, y'all.
Adams just wants my dick. He's been chasing it for years.
Adam,
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the lover's curl is not. This is not the space.
You can't get it, Adams. He said you can't get
Been
it.
telling him no for like 3 years. He doesn't get the hint.
PTR, please.
Yeah, but he's been taking Jewish cum shots all day, so they let him stay in here.
Nicholas, you want to break out receipt?
Do it. I think I'm scared. You have nothing. Whip them out. Put them right on your PTR. Waiting, bitch.
Oh, swamp.
Anyways, back to Iran.
I like what the driver said in the chat. Like, I totally agree.
And well, you know what I noticed about Israel? How about them going after those critical infrastructures there in Iran? They say gas prices gonna be up on Monday. That crude oil gonna be pretty expensive on Monday. Talk about
Good. Maybe Americans will walk more because we're too fat.
Is this a good time for me to enter?
No. Please come back in 5 minutes.
No.
That's what he said.
Joe, I'm not talking to you. I was talking to Matt.
Exactly.
That's what
Okay,
he is.
Otella, I'm giving you a chance to explain what you meant with the comment that you wrote in the chat before I report you.
Did you just call him Nutella?
Adams, I'm not kidding right now.
I thought I heard you call him Nutella.
Before I report you to FBI counterterrorism for threatening me. So I'm giving you the chance to explain what did you mean. I'm going to put your comment on my PTR, and I'm going to explain this for people, but I need you to explain this to me because I'm not kidding with you, and I have reported people like you before.
Okay, put the comment up there. Let's go.
I am putting the comment up there. This is what you said.
And
Shut the
allowing
fuck up.
people to be racist all day. You've been lying and allowing people to espouse black racism. And I recorded it and I have the screenshot.
That's what you meant by releasing it? I'm not going to be a doctor? Are you sure? Because that's exactly how Pakistani radicals threaten people when they want to eliminate them.
Yes, I'm going to report
Okay,
it to
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to report that. No, hold on.
And allowing.
This is what I'm going to do. I am going to report you tomorrow. Okay? I'm not kidding you. I will send you a screenshot of me on the phone.
For what though?
what's going on here, y'all.
Who's asking for what? If you come on the mic, I will drop you down there. Okay? I fucking live this terror of radical.
For what?
I'm not letting anybody bring that to America. This is not the thug land. Okay? And now you're saying, oh, you meant that you have screenshots of me like saying something racist? This is why I'm telling you you're full of shit.
You're going to report him for reporting you.
Sarah, come on.
You're
You
gonna
can't be serious here. Come on.
I am fucking
Sarah,
serious.
that's nothing. The cops can't do anything about it. That is him
Are you
threatening
sure?
to cancel you. That's
Are
perfectly
you
legal.
sure, Pepe? Are you sure?
Yes, I promise you it's
How do
legal.
you know that, Pepe?
Because he's threatening to cancel you for things you
No,
said online.
that's
That's actually a very
canceling.
common. It's a very common tactic.
No. That is not canceling. I did not make any comment that was racist. I didn't make a single comment about black people. Everything I said today was pro-Israel and how I support Israel. And you know what Pakistanis and Iranian and all those radical Shias are supposed to do? They are supposed to eliminate me. And they can't say, hey, we're gonna cut your throat out. They're gonna write it exactly like that, Pepe. This is my I know their styles.
But Sarah, you can't laugh at black jokes, though.
That's it.
Sarah.
This is an American thing.
trying to seduce me.
It's an American thing. The only time you'd get in trouble is if he was like if he's lying and you know that he's lying and you sued him, that's liable. And for any like monetary damage he causes, he would be fucked. But you can definitely anything you say.
It's actually defamation of character, and Sarah and I state it's actually defamation of character.
You guys
Sarah.
with them.
Sarah, I get where you're coming from, and I don't appreciate you moving me down because I was actually defending you. Okay, but I appreciate your consistency. I do. So again, y'all think that I get away with murder in this room? I definitely don't. I was just moved down by Sarah. But here's what I will say: you guys are not going to take things in this room, record them, flip it, do it, and reverse it, and try to think that you're going to take a wrecking ball to our lives. You're not going to do that. Okay, and quite frankly, that's terrorism. That is absolute terrorism. The other part of this too, the other part of this too is if you want to try to do that shit with me, fuck around and find out. I will be your worst fucking nightmare.
Are y'all okay?
Right now, is it Mother, can you hold on? Thank you. He's writing in the chat. He just wrote it. How is reporting her reporting? Now he calls it reporting. Before he called it releasing. We had to deal with this last year in the Persian side of this app because someone called Muhammad pedophile. This guy, he put a $50,000 reward for someone to hit the guy, and then later they were saying no, he meant to tab him in the back.
No, what he's saying is it seems like he's only referring to canceling you. And this is, I would say the one group that is notorious for doing it is actually like Jews. Like they're online canceling everybody.
You might get canceled, man. You might get canceled. People do it all the time.
What are you talking about?
Canceling.
Oh yeah, when they canceling, all that means is that you lose your.
Someone when all they said is about Israel. How are you going to cancel them for racism? I don't understand.
Yeah, if he doesn't have the receipts, he can't cancel you. But canceling just usually means you lose your job.
These people have no fucking power.
That kind of shit.
They have no fucking power, Sarah. They're gonna call your office. They're gonna be hung up on. I don't care. They have no power.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do the reporting, and I'm just
Clubhouse is not going to do anything off of that screenshot.
No, you can record this, you stupid nigger. You've literally been fucking racist towards everybody on this fucking stage, you piece of shit. Playing the fucking race card like you're the fucking victim. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're a professional nigger. That's all you are. No, yeah, fuck you.
Wait, this is beautiful.
I thought Pepe
Look, she doesn't mute him or move him. Yeah.
Well, come on, you're blaming her like she lynched you. She was trying to lynch you or something. No, he called me the N-word, even though I was acting like one. And I was making myself out to be a victim.
The end is coming.
Someone please. Your mom and dad go to. All black people. This is what's going on out here.
We love you, Pepe.
Y'all better go be glad it's just a app.
I better be glad it's just an app or what? Or what? You fucking bitch. What the fuck would you do?
If you were in my face and you said that in my face and disrespected black people, believe me, you wouldn't disrespect nobody else ever.
Oh, really? Amazing. So you would have a final solution.
You see how she just left?
You fucking monkey.
Then he wants.
He's talking about getting violent because he's a fucking ape.
Then you react. Pepe gets the high that he wants. Then we do the cycle over and over.
First of all, Uncle Cletus, if you're willing to get your black monkey ass locked up over what some Mexican has to say on the fucking app, you are a dirty, dumb ass, chimp ass porch monkey. Okay, in the way that Pepe is calling you out for being a fucking porch monkey. Yes, I will say what the fuck I want to say. I'm a primatologist. I'm gonna call a monkey out where I see a fucking monkey. Thank you. Why don't you pull ticks off your back and go eat a banana, you fucking monkey?
How about this speak? When your people stop acting like niggers, people don't have to call out niggers.
Thank you. Exactly. There's a difference between a black person and the N-word. There's a There's a difference. There's a difference. Y'all acting like a bunch of nappy-headed fucking Portuguese.
Elijah Muhammad was 100% right.
Fuck Elijah Muhammad.
Tranquility.
Fuck Elijah Muhammad. Fuck Elijah Muhammad. You know the real Muslims in the Middle East would fucking hate you people. You're fucking apostates. Fuck the fucking prophet.
And maybe what we need is to bring God and religion back into the lives of the people.
Oh, you know, I'm leaving your God's religion church, bitch.
Stability.
Y'all been watching too much BET. Y'all been watching too many Diddy videos and BET.
This was a good combo, man.
Now look, see how
Why did I get muted?
because they talk about.
Wayfan, what would you Muslims do to the Nation of Islam? Those false prophet believing Elijah Muhammad.
You wouldn't do shit. You wouldn't do shit. Ain't none of y'all got the courage to say shit to us.
Trust me, I think the tail of it.
What's going on, man?
The Taliban will show you the fucking rope. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking.
You won't come in none of our face and say shit.
The Taliban would do it with a smile.
No, you wouldn't. Fuck that. You would.
But you're a fake Muslim. I'm not.
You wouldn't do shit.
You're the fake Muslim. I'm not.
America, and we
fake ass Muslim. Fuck you.
Say anything.
They got a Cuban saying.
You're an old man. I would definitely say to your face that
Save it for later.
Save it for later. Save it for later. We're slaughtering monkeys. Okay, so again, listen. At the end of the day, you're not going to attack Pepe. You're not going to attack Pepe. Pepe did nothing wrong. And as a matter of fact, the fact that he used the N-word, I don't think that white people use the N-word enough, to be honest with you.
The only thing wrong is the Emperor
He's trying to crash out.
Okay, but you don't think that white people should be able to use the N-word?
The Adams crash. Go ahead.
Adams can say this because he's not anything in real life.
Yeah, he's going to crash. He's going to crash.
Yes. I sell my feet and my underwear on OnlyFans. There you go. Do you want to buy some, Nicola?
He's just another gay guy that worships celebrities
You
around
want to send it to my house? Buy it and ship it to me. Is that what you wanted? You got the
Ain't nothing like some keyboard punks. Keyboard punk.
It's the
So tell me, before you found the Nation of Islam, how many years did you do in prison? How many years did you do in prison?
That's what you.
How many years did you do in prison?
Hey, you're a keyboard punk.
I'm a keyboard punk, no, because I don't act like a nigger in public. So nobody calls me.
You're a nigga. You're a devil.
Hey, you are in public.
You're a devil.
Like when I'm out and about, I just keep my mouth shut.
You better keep it shut.
Or what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well, guess what? Your little punk ass, I know you scared.
Oh, I'm scared of you?
I know you scared. You ain't got no courage.
You're not more
You're all mouth.
I mean, you're honestly, you're not worth the arrest.
All mouth.
You're not worth the arrest I would get if I got in an altercation with you. Like you're not any of that stuff.
You sound like an agent. I'm calling you out for your wicked, demonic ass words.
I take the challenge.
What are my demonic words? How is he demonic?
He's very demonic.
How is he demonic? Can you tell me, would Jesus Christ say that by using the word nigger, that I'm committing a great sin?
Demonic, wicked demon. And I'm glad we call you demons out every time we see you. Every time we see you devils, we call you.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if Pepe was going to work? George Floyd died of a drug overdose. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm saying, did he die?
No, he died because he couldn't keep his hands off of fentanyl. That's why George Floyd died. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's such a nigger.
What are you doing?
This room is amazing.
God, slaves. Double.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. You had a pretty big thing.
There's a guy from your town. I mean, it's like I'm not gonna be here tomorrow.
I've been laughing in tears
All
the whole time, bro.
It was like, hey man, let me go. Let me leave these cavemen to
Hey,
themselves.
adios, nigger.
Let's leave these cavemen to themselves. They cavemen. Come in Hocus 145. Come in Eugene's.
And tell them I called them a bunch of niggers too. Fuck you.
Come in 40 acres in the
I'm
music.
calling us cave beasts. You wicked demonic son of a bitch. Reparations.
Go ahead, cavemen.
1, 2, 3.
That's what I found y'all crawling on all fours.
Oh yeah, sure.
In the Caucasus Mountains.
Then how did you end up being chained and crawling on all fours picking cotton like fucking farm equipment? How did that happen?
We civilized
reparations. You don't deserve the dough. You got to let it go. We had the biggest blackest
fucking slave master with the whip, making you motherfuckers work. He was like the John Deere, repairman.
A little punk, little punk. I know you know that noise, nigger. I bet you any amount of money, we could get me some place. Open your mouth.
Really? Like, I'm like now. Like, why would I be scared of you?
No. I dare you to ever open your mouth in person and say anything disrespectful.
Right. Well, probably because you shoot or stab, I'm guessing.
No, I ain't got to do nothing. But you know why I ain't got to do nothing? Because you would be too scared to do it.
Actually, this is a very interesting mental exercise.
I wouldn't do nothing to you.
What would you do? What would you do? Okay,
I ain't got to do nothing.
Okay, sure. I'm asking
you will be scared to do it.
Yes. We're going to go with that theory.
I know.
Imagine that I showed up.
I don't have to do nothing.
Imagine that I showed up and I looked at you in the eyes and I said, hello, nigger. What would you do? What would you do if I met you and I said, hello, nigger? What would your response be?
Let me just tell you what. You're not going to do it. You'll be too afraid.
I probably would, because you're telling me I wouldn't do it.
What is the purpose of
you would be afraid?
Well, tell me, what would you do? You said I would be too scared. I don't think I would be.
No, the purpose, Dr. Jordan, this is a porch monkey intimidation tactic.
Well, you see, Dr. Jordan, I was quick to call out anti-Semitism.
I'm not going to be a nigger.
Well, Gregory is my friend, and I'm offended at someone using that language. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, now you want to speak up. You've been in here all day. They've been using that language all day. Now you want to speak up.
Been using that language. That's the first time I heard it today.
That's my
No, he has not.
Jordan is my friend, and we respect
and Pepe is my cousin.
I've been in here for hours.
Pepe has not used any of that language.
But then you have this black guy who's threatening this woman, Maud, okay? Basically, like he's going to have some kind of effect on her. When she has not said anything racist, and then I called him the N-word. I don't like to see women getting preyed on by some fucking ethno-narcissistic piece of trash like him.
Pepe, what you experience is, again, black fatigue. That's why you got to this point. I'm telling you, it's black fatigue. Yes, it is black fatigue.
I want to say something. Pepe, I just want you to know, if I would take that as a cancel culture comment, I would laugh. And I told him he's a pussy if he doesn't do it. Okay?
We already have the number. We have the screenshots. We have the recordings.
Oh my God,
the number
shut
and the mailing address. We have everything. We have everything.
Silence, monkey. Silence.
Well, first of all, who's reading?
Silence.
We have everything.
You have everything. We have everything.
We have everything.
Yeah, you see?
Shut up.
We have it all.
Listen, you're speaking Islamic language. This is not cancel culture language.
Bro is basically threatening to be
He's threatening to dox people because they disagree with him. You're a fucking loser.
He was threatening to dox Sarah for no fucking reason.
Yeah, because he's a fucking loser.
No, you guys don't understand. That is terrorist language. Who is we?
Othello the tragedy.
And here's what the fucking bullshit I don't appreciate by somebody like Speak, okay? Because I know who you are from news rooms. If you saw me threatening to dox one of your sisters like that, okay, you know what you guys would do. You would call me a chump. You would call me all kinds of names. And a lot of white slurs would be coming out of your fucking mouths. So don't sit here and act like you're doing something all high and mighty when you would act the exact same fucking way.
Pepe, releasing screenshot of my picture and the recording of me defending Israel for 5 hours and saying IRGC is bad. That is not cancel culture.
Yeah, that's not.
That is not cancel culture. You can go up, you can come down. He might be just joking. He might be trying to stupid. He might be. If you anybody who opened their mic, I'm gonna send him down to the audience. Like seriously, whether he's joking or he's being stupid or he being real.
He's threatening in the chat right now.
That is the threat of your life.
He's a fucking nigger.
As a Muslim, as someone who's Iranian and was born in a Muslim family, what I did today in this room, if he goes and if they find me, they are going to try to kill me. That's exactly what it is. I didn't do anything that would be related to cancel culture, and that's all I'm trying to like point out to you guys. Which I'm not scared of this guy. I'm not scared of these people. Cancel culture? What, you want to cancel me for what?
He's just trying to bully you. That's all.
Man, just check your back channels.
It's just to intimidate you.
I can't lie. So you're letting him
He's
win
not
right now.
exactly.
Yeah, the fact that you're even talking about him is just like he can't do anything.
I'm calling him out.
Yeah, we don't know what he did.
You know
And
what?
then speak.
You know what?
Yes, sir.
At least he's gonna be on the list of FBI. They're gonna watch these motherfuckers, and that's what we want. This is what when people talk about like radical Islamics, being in America and all over the world, this is what they're talking about.
I agree. I would say this, okay? If you guys, we know that me as a white man, you guys would never tolerate me threatening to dox some sister on this app. And we know how I would be treated. So when I treat one of your people threatening to do that to one of our women, the exact same fucking way you guys would have it, that's matching your guys' fucking energy. And you're not telling me you would handle it differently.
Did you just say that wasn't doxing? He was talking about sending information to someone to counsel her or something, not to harm her. Is that correct?
No, he's saying that he's gonna try to get her to lose her license. She hasn't said anything racist this whole time, and he's threatening to say, and she's making claims that she was saying racist shit to try to get her fired.
To make himself not look like a terrorist, he brought up the license. This has nothing to do with my license, okay? After I called him out,
It has everything to do with that license.
After I called him out,
he just said he was going to report you to the California Medical Board in the chat.
So Sarah, I'm donating to the Sarah Legal Defense Fund. Fuck around and find.
No, they could. And
Matt, you find this funny?
And literally, no, I don't think it is funny. That's gonna give them.
No, I don't think it's funny. I just thought it was interesting that he came up with that.
She's not gonna lose her job.
It's very bad, Sarah. Sarah, it's very bad. But the question is,
Yo, who the fuck's number is he putting in this chat?
Wait, Fat, I see you in Amir's room every day with those fucking terrorists. If you don't want your student visa canceled, get the fuck out of here. Don't talk to
I'm
me.
a
Talk
good
to me about what's
citizen.
right or wrong.
Cannot cancel anything, Sarah. Don't let me report
You're
to
gonna be
the
on that list with. You're gonna be on that
Sarah,
list.
don't let me report to FBI. I'm actually FBI. My question to you is this.
No, you're not.
My question to you is this. Do you bomb the country?
He doesn't live in this country, but if he did, that's a federal
Do
crime.
you know that impersonating a federal agent is a federal crime? Did you know that? Wayfan?
He's not in America though. That's why he's doing it.
Right, exactly. It's still a federal crime.
Okay, go report me. See if anybody. So Sarah, answer the question.
You don't have the green cards to be held accountable, bro.
I have a citizenship.
No. Oh, so you have a citizenship. So what is it? The white man? Like, who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to, content writer? Who the fuck are you talking to, content writer? Who the fuck are you talking to, content writer? Yeah, y'all feminine ass men over there in the Middle East wearing fucking momos and shit. Wearing momos and shit with rags on your head. Okay? Why don't you take that rag off and put my fucking paint on my car?
Adam, do you take your medication? Do you want to hurt anybody?
Did you take a parasite from a fucking petting zoo animal?
Darling, are you okay?
Darling. First of all, I'm not your darling, bro. I'm not your. You see how gay these men are? Like, I'm telling y'all. Like, y'all see how gay these men are? Like, this is crazy.
Darling.
Yo, Adam, you're going in.
Don't try kill any lawmaker, man. That's not cool. Take your medication. Sarah, answer the question. Should we go bomb the nation because of one crazy guy?
Listen, Hummus Humper. Okay.
Stop the bullshit.
Listen, Hummus Humper. Okay. Yes, Hummus Humper. Right. You probably use hummus as lube. Right. Exactly. Be quiet. We're gonna move on. Let's hear from somebody else.
I'm moving on.
Judging people with the law is not for real.
Where are we?
I have rifles though.
Hopefully still in America. This is, sounding like an Islamic petting zoo. The fuck is going on? Like, Matt, did you go to church today? Did you take communion? Like, oh my God, I might go to nighttime mass. Like, this is insane.
I gotta go cleanse myself a little bit. Sarah, did you get everything you needed? Are you good? What's going on?
Ooh.
Adam is winning this debate.
Glad to think anything you need.
What are you talking about?
I don't know if you needed to still get this guy's information from somewhere.
No, I don't need to. FBI counterterrorism. You just give them the ID, the ID, the time of the day. They'll go find that motherfucker.
You don't have to find them. They're already listening to the room.
They're like laughing their ass off.
FBI stands for full blood Iranian, motherfucker.
Full bloody Indians? You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Well, I just came in because I got a bunch of jacks sitting there. You got a bunch of this room. There's a bunch of folks. No, you ain't good. No, let me just tell you. You must be the devil. No, I didn't. I mean,
Okay, not too much on ketchup. Not too much on ketchup.
Yeah.
But we gonna let Greg speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, Greg, what were you saying? Who told you what?
No, what I'm at. You got it, man. I just got text that said, man, you gotta go to this room. They just really racist. They talking crazy. I said, well, they probably, it's Father's Day, they could have been drinking or smoking or expressing themselves for real. We all have differences. We all can agree to disagree. I think at some point though, when I was talking to even Pepe, I said, hey, and I said that seriously, but I just don't feel like off this app, none of us
Pepe was only. No, hold on, Greg, let me add some context. The person that they were talking about was me. Okay, so yes, it was me, right? So Pepe only turned up the heat, okay, towards the end of this conversation, but all day, every day, 100% me. And I'm gonna say it with my chest, and I'm gonna say it louder. Okay, there's a difference between a black person and a fucking monkey. Okay, these uneducated, do-rag wearing pants, sagging ass fucking apes coming up onto this app pretending to be intellectuals because they experience getting denied, a rental agreement by a Jewish person. Miss me with that shit. I'm tired of it.
Right.
I'm fucking tired of it, Greg. And you and I both know these young niggas have a fucking problem with entitlement and carrying a chip on their shoulder.
Well, every day my work, man, has been trying to make a difference, and so that's why I'm confident. Off this app, I have integrity and I make a difference. But I would totally disagree with that. I think America as a whole got issues, not just black folks. We see a country right now that's almost in civil war or unrest. It's crazy. It's unstable right now.
So let me ask you a question, Greg. Who's disrupting progress the most?
Well, I think overall that we have a corrupt political system and a media that kind of propagates the negative shit.
Let me be very specific, Greg. What interest group disrupts the most in America?
What interest group?
What special interest groups disrupts the most in America?
The LGBT group.
Is that right? I don't really know. I could look that up and see. But I mean, in my research, or what I've observed more so than research, is that when you look in your own local communities, you see that there's some knuckleheads, and you see there's people progressing. And you see there's people who try to make a difference. I think every community have that. But in special interest groups, you tell me, who is it? Can you tell me?
Pan-Africans.
Oh, come on, Tucker.
The Pan-African interest group. The Pan-African interest group are the most disruptive interest group. Listen, you got Black Caucus in Congress that's not fully composed of black people. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Greg, aren't you from LA? Aren't you from LA, Greg? Aren't you from LA? Wait, hold on.
No, I'm from Chicago, but I've lived in there when I was working with Steve Harvey, but I tell you this.
So I remember that you said that. You don't see the type of ecosystem that black people in California live in?
What do you mean?
What
you say I don't see that? Black people in California, oh my God, you know, like other states right now still struggling. You know, when we talk about race and inclusion and we talk about injustice, we talk about just an economy that's falling, it's everywhere, man. And I think the more we stick and focus on the race stuff, which matters, the more and more we're making America vulnerable.
So you don't think that Democrats in the way that they've led California, they sold Black America. They at least we can agree on that, Greg. At least we can agree on that. Because I've sat here for 36 years and I've watched black people being driven out of their homes, being sold a bag of goods for Democrats while they were replacing those same black people in those neighborhoods by illegal immigrants because they were going to eventually assimilate and vote to their favor. I've sat there and I've watched.
I have a problem with exactly what you said.
So again, when people want to accuse me of being racist and so pro-black or so anti-black, okay, why don't you walk a day in my shoes? And I'm not saying
have you heard me? No, but have you heard me? You know, I'm not a fan of, even though I don't know if I respect him based on some other stuff, but I'm definitely not a fan of Al Sharpton, or you won't see me respecting even Barack because of a few.
My oldest aunts went to high school with Al Sharpton.
But
I know who Al Sharpton is.
Yeah, but I'm saying this. So even though I absolutely believe in, when I say black power, black upliftment, I believe in working diligently and dedicatedly to try to make a difference in my community. Do I challenge hypocrisy and contradictions and foolishness? I do it every day. And it starts by taking a look at the man in the mirror. But then there's others who don't have our best interests at heart. And we know that. But I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about what we need to do to deal with what we need to do to fix what's wrong, in our community and in our family. I ain't worried about the overall society. There's work that we have to do collectively in-house.
I had a meeting with the CEO of a black-owned, real estate development company on Thursday, and one of the questions that he was asking me from a generational perspective is it equitable to be able to invest in Englewood to create a Belmont Village? Have you guys ever heard of Belmont Village? Belmont Village is like the Rolls Royce of assisted living communities. And my answer to him was, listen, for us to be able to equitably invest in some project like that to benefit black people in Englewood and what's left of black, faces and voices in Englewood, right? Because a lot of people got moved out when they built that stadium. A lot of people got priced out. Their tax values and their property tax values, were raised. A lot of black people have different attitudes towards putting their said parents into assisted living. People want to have this generational obligation to, respect and honor, but at the same time are completely ignoring medical necessity. So, to me, the answer that I gave that man is, again, I understand that you want to contribute to a black community, but again, a black community is only valuable if you have uplifted black individuals. And I feel like people need to focus less on the community aspect of the black identity and focus on more of the individual productive and utility aspect of the said black individual.
Well, I don't have a problem.
Do you see where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, I don't have a problem. We have different, in our community, it's not monolithic. And, at the end of the day, we got some sellouts that are bootleg, that fit right into categories that they go along to get along. But there are people that, if you read some of the things they've said in the chat, they offended because they want to know where is this going, what are they talking about right now. And I understand some of the things and some of the comments that Rachel and a lot of them because they're very serious about. They can hear, and they can even hear the contradictions in black folks. They can hear the hatred of and they can hear in white folks. They can tell. People can tell when people just are not comfortable with you, and then they begin to blame the folks who've been really suffering the most. But I do say this: I believe collectively we have to unite. We got to do what we need to do to become economically independent.
So, Greg, let me ask you a question. When you say that people are apprehensive in certain social situations of dealing with said black people, what is the causation of that, from your opinion?
Can you please repeat that?
So when you say that in certain situations, social situations, where people are unwilling to engage in an honest, earnest, perspective of, willing to engage with black people, what do you think the causation of that is?
I think fear. I think people
of what?
Just fear of, because fear doesn't necessarily have ignorance. I think there's ignorance and then there's fear. I think there's folks who are comfortable, complacent in their world. And
so you don't think that there are certain prescribed examples? And when I mean prescribed examples, I mean examples that are available for the populace to be able to, to be able to absorb, and they're able to understand a certain type of colloquial meaning. You don't think that there's a certain type of prescribed narrative as to why black people feel like that? And if you do, what do you feel like is the causation of that certain prescribed narrative?
Well, as we look at black, the derivatives of a larger picture, right? And we see a bird with two different wings, but a corrupt bird nevertheless. Black people as a whole, a percentage of black people based on this capitalistic society and the way it's structured, whether you have degrees, education, or you got some connection, only a percentage, almost like telling young people or young black males or whoever, it could be young white males, I want to go to the NBA. Well, when you know the stats, that only 2% will make it. When you look out here at this economy, and not even the inflated economy, just period, who controls the majority of the wealth in America, I know in fact we'll never change this reality until we do something different. We got to do something different. We can't rely on the political system because it's absolutely corrupt, and only some crumbs you can get out of that. Only a few crumbs. So we got a lot of work to do, and I don't think we're going to change what we see happening in America. I think it's getting ready to get worse, and it ain't even about black folks at all. We're talking about, like in the scriptures, Satan casting out Satan. I see that the scriptures being fulfilled. I see a lot of stuff happening, and I know you do, and I ain't talking about just the sound bites from the news media, but can't you see and feel that negative energy around the country? Do you see how Congress talk, the senators talk, the president?
So what you're explaining is, the new cultural phenomenon as black fatigue. And I know that it started with a certain verbiage and a certain narrative and its etymology and its pre-existing meaning. But do you now see how that meaning has evolved into what you're describing? Black fatigue.
Oh, well, absolutely. Black folks have, we've had the talented 10. We got a lot of amazing black people, and we have diversity, absolutely. But at the end of the day, we've been dealing with the same type of problem or challenge. And if we don't see that we got to do something drastically different,
what are we doing as black people? But what are we doing, Greg, as black people to break the cycle, right? Because, I remember when BET came out, mainstream. And I remember that my father specifically was very excited in, having a space for Black people to be able to, disseminate Black entertainment, to, give a positive message to Black culture. And slowly it has been weaponized and utilized as a tool to further denigrate, create a bunch of degenerate Black people. And I don't feel like,
California, let me ask you a question. You grew up in California?
Yes, I grew up in California with a Black father that served in the United States military, okay? And again, I've openly said this. My dad's mother had 6 different kids with 5 different men. 6 different kids with 5 different men. Had her first child at 13, okay? She was cleaning hotels, okay? Cleaning hotels, doing domestic servitude, until she met my step-grandfather that brought her into, the fold as far as New Jersey and New York society. She married a former military veteran, and, they started a business, and,
So you say your dad is Black?
My dad is Black. My mom is not.
And your mom?
Is not.
Okay. Is she Caucasian?
What do you mean Caucasian? Like, what is that term? Does my mom have European blood? Absolutely.
You know what he's asking. Is she white?
No. My mom is mixed race.
Okay. And so your experiences have been pretty much in a certain type of environment, right?
Very privileged due to my mom. Absolutely. And the contributions that my mom and her family gave back to this country. 100%.
Right. And my father, and like many other fathers, they also served in the military, but when they came back, they didn't get the same treatment. You do know that, right?
From what standpoint?
From opportunity standpoint. They were rejected. They were redlined. And that's the point that I've been trying to make is that...
Redline? Like, what do you mean?
Well, when it comes to getting homes, when it comes to financial opportunities, it's not the same. And that's why we're dealing with what we... Look, do you think it's an accident that America... Let me just make this point. I got to make this point. Do you think that in 2025, America, we still talking about some of these same things? Why?
Because of the Democratic Party.
Oh no, not just the Democrats.
No, it is. It is. It's the race peddling. It's the identity peddling. It's non-focus on the American aims to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, regardless of what you look like. And I feel like that's what the Republican platform embodies, that has made it attractive for me as a young Black person of mixed race in America, to which I identify as.
So for me, I say that both, because behind closed doors, it becomes an economic thing. I do realize, I do understand when you talk about Democrats, there are some policies that I think are destructive to the human family, period. And they has not, and they will not make things better. But then there's a mindset too, an unrealistic mindset on the other side, because there are progressive Black folks who are making a difference. But to me, I'll say this, as others can get involved in this conversation, I know for me, it is beyond the bootstrap conversation. I know we gotta fix what's wrong with us, and we gotta do for self. And there are groups of Black people all around America. They're not on the news. They're not in these rooms. They're not at all sometimes even seen. But behind the scene, they are absolutely organizing, and they're doing what they need to do to put themselves in position to where America's up for sale. America's up for sale right now. And so far, other foreign nations is buying it up. So while we busy infighting, there's many people buying up this country as we speak.
I'd like to join the race discussion if I...
Please, Monica, go ahead.
Monica, it wouldn't be a race discussion without you. Go ahead.
Right, and it's not going to be a Monica bashing. It's not going to be. It's not going to be a Monica bashing session. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm putting a full warning. If anybody references any of Monica's rhetoric or grievances from other spaces in this room, you will be moved to the audience. Go ahead, Monica.
Thank you, Adams. Thank you, Matt. Happy Father's Day to all the great dads out there. I find that there's one race that's my favorite. It's superior over all the other races. I mean, there's pros and cons to each race, strengths, weaknesses, etc. But I think my favorite race is the 5K, the 10Ks, and the half marathon. Those are too long. 5K, 3.1 miles, get it done. You're feeling healthy and fit. You're not killing yourself. 5K, favorite race. Of course, there's also the American crawl, but that's if you're swimming. Butterfly is too flamboyant for me. Backstroke, get tangled in the cords on the, All right, thanks for letting me flip.
No, you're good. I'm actually running the turkey trot in Orange County for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
So, yes, I want to whoop my dad's ass in, his mile time. So, it is.
Well, thank you, Monica, for that funny joke, but your PTR speaks volumes to something even deeper than, and that's real. I'm glad you got that on there. I'm leaving out, but Matt, thanks for the respect you guys have given me. I know we could fight.
You're always welcome.
Greg, I want to thank you for the respect. It could have been very, easy for you to kind of slip into certain tropes and narratives, in what I shared with you. And I appreciate the respect of, it allowing me to be heard.
Oh, yeah, no, man. Let me tell you something. We could agree to disagree. And I think we all have had whatever experiences. I'm very public, more public than probably anybody on these apps.
I don't know about that.
No, but hold on. Let me tell you. When you Google my name, you see the work I'm doing. You see I'm trying to make a difference. You see that I'm speaking at graduations. You see that I'm mentoring young Black males. You see that I'm dealing with stuff that to protect the Black woman, communities where it's not safe. You see that I'm managing people who make sure children get to school, to and from, safe, working and training those people. You see me last week awarding the top 5 crossing guards in the city. So I'm happy that in real time, no matter how much people argue on here, I just hope that they use some of that energy to do something to help somebody.
Every day, Greg.
I respect your work, Gregory, so thank you.
Yes, Monkey Business donates a lot of, charity dollars, to Black communities. And, it is what it is. It's my newest pet project. I'm moving away from my family's brand and I'm creating my own name and business. And, Monkey Business Media is my door into success. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Hey, Adam, did you hear so me and Jordan are friends, right? You heard him say that, right? Earlier.
Jordan was in the room?
No, Jordan. And the reason why is because we got off the app and we called each other and we talked and he reached out and he's like, Greg, I need you. And then I say that to say, man, I just pray and hope that, and I know deep down inside, and you're going to be shocked when I tell you that I know you. You are frustrated, but you are a really, really good person. But boy, your ass is so crazy when it comes to some of this. When you communicate, you go way out there. But I know deep down inside, you want things to be better. And you see the hypocrisy in some of those who call themselves representing us. and they're poverty hustlers. I know you know these people.
100%, Greg. And I definitely appreciate that.
I already know you're Greg.
He's right. Why he's mad?
What a wacky whack.
What's up, Whack?
We don't negotiate with terrorists, bro.
No, we don't.
I'm way on the other side of the app. They say this man in here talking about monkeys and saying all kind of shit that we just don't do. Like, Brother Greg, you know, we look to you to stand in the paint with that. I don't know what to do. The problem is, you got a problem with black people or something, bro? Were you that loose with your mouth like that?
Are you asking me, Whack?
I'm talking to whoever was in here using the terminology monkey and any disrespect towards black people in general.
Yeah.
Would that be you?
Whack, that wasn't a disrespect towards black people.
That's a disrespect. Are you black?
Yeah, 100%.
So you consider your people monkeys and all that?
No, I don't.
So what's your, are you one of them?
One of what?
One of them, because we got people like you that look like us that use as infiltrators.
So, Whack, were you given proper context as to what was being discussed?
Yeah, it definitely was.
They never. No, but I'm asking you, Whack. I have nothing but respect for
You
you.
were there calling people niggas.
That was Captain. No, man. That was Captain. And I got in with him. Me and him had an argument. And I told him that he wouldn't say that.
Wait, that be a Mexican dude?
Yes, that's the
Nah, they say it was you too, Dr. Adam.
No, I definitely
I'm gonna be real. I came over here because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Yeah, I said, y'all, look,
No, go ahead. Let Whack speak.
I chose to come over here. I'm gonna interrupt Rocky. I chose to come over here because what they fit me and what they wanted me to do, I said, well, let me go talk to this brother. So when I was
Who is today, Whack? Who sent you that?
Let him finish.
When I see Brother Greg on the floor, I'm scratching my head at this point in time. Either he wasn't privy to it. Was that fucking Dante's voice I just heard? That must have been Greg. But I'm like, there's no way to be here. This thing's being said and not being addressed. But I'm just wondering, like, why would that be, like, part of your conversation?
So Whack, number one, I did not call anybody the N-word. Okay, number one.
They say you just used the word.
No, I didn't.
Actually, let's go to my notes. You was on this.
Damn, they gave you notes, Whack? That's crazy.
Oh,
Tommy!
You was on they just sending me the profile. Like they sent me your profile. They said what you were saying, and I guess
Tony that said that he wanted me here.
I understand.
I'm saying that concrete. We are saying our business.
Let's say you correct, right? What that got to do with niggers and
he's black too, though. It's all good, right?
I'm listening, brother. You all got it. I'm having a conversation.
Right. So, Whack, let me ask you a question. If somebody is telling you that because you spent time going to college, understanding how to work in the business complex, right, and understanding exactly, regardless of race, how money works, does that make me a coon?
No, not at all. That makes you educated. It's not a coon.
Right. So Whack, the type of attacks that are being deployed against me, I'm being very honest with you.
Why are you defending yourself, bro? Whenever
we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation. So again, let me introduce the context as to why people are saying. People are upset at my ability to be able to master certain conversations and be able to say the quiet part out loud, and for people to be able to understand exactly the trajectory as to where the problem is. That's what this comes down to, Whack. So again, I understand that a lot of people came to you, okay, with very short-range understanding as to the topics that we were discussing. And keep in mind, Whack, to add to the context to this conversation, we were discussing Israel and Palestine. Israel, Palestine, and we were also discussing the new conflict that occurred in Iran. So So my question to a lot of black people is, what does this have to do with Black America? Did they give you that context, Wack?
Did he take off? I think he took off.
Y'all would never get me to explain myself about a motherfucking thing I said here.
No, I mean, to me, I respect Brian. Listen, I respect Brian. To me, if he has a question as to Liddy, if he has a question as to what was said, I'm just gonna let him know what was said.
Why do you even explain yourself when everybody does the same shit on here? Like, why do you need to explain yourself? I would never a nigga would never make me explain myself on why I said what I said. I said racist shit about all y'all here, every culture, and won't none of you check me about nothing. And if you did, so fucking what? I'm gonna keep saying it. You don't need to fucking. You don't need to fucking keep fucking explaining yourself on why you said. Everybody said everything. You're here for almost 2 hours now.
I know that I don't need to.
Let me just tell you this before people get.
Those are the same people.
Let me just say this.
Saying everything else about other races.
Okay, so Wack is hold on. So Wack is back.
I know Wack is back. I just want to say real quick, Wack can finish. The reason I was text, and I told y'all that, what did I say? I was text to come in this room because folks were saying some negative things about the nation, the NOI, and they were, and I said, well, let me just go ahead and see what they say. And when I heard Pecky talking, y'all heard the exchange between me and him, right? Did y'all hear the exchange between me and him?
I think, Greg, what is going on is, I hear you say, I believe, respectfully, that one of his parents is probably Caucasian, somebody's black. Dr. Evans. Yeah. And I think, and I don't know, I could be guessing, when you start speaking that way, it's kind of like you're speaking from the other side of it.
My mom was not Caucasian, so let me just add that context. Right. So again, this is why I feel like context.
Remember Caucasian?
Yeah, 100%.
Any of your parents, well?
Not my parents.
They both black?
No.
Okay, what nationality is the other?
My mom is of many mixed races, not having anything to do with Africanism.
So she's Caucasian. That's what we call Caucasian.
Okay, but that means
that's what we call it because nobody white is really is one thing. In this world over here, that's what we call it. So what's your upbringing predominantly on her side? I didn't.
I grew up in Southern California.
Well, that don't mean nothing. That's where the clan come from.
I mean, as far as my upbringing, I understood that I'm a black person with black.
Clan is involved with the LAPD.
So I understood that I'm a black person with black heritage, and that's just who I am.
Oh, okay. So I don't agree with people calling you a coon because you're intelligent. That don't make sense. That's their ignorance. I don't know why you feed off into that.
No, I'm not feeding off it, but like it is what it is. Like I grew up around this shit my whole entire life. Listen, I just want to address the specific information that was brought to your desk.
I'm gonna give it all. I'm gonna give it all to you so you know A to Z, because I was doing the music room. He's really been calling people niggers and porch monkey all day. Me in the room have no need to. I guess they want to report you what they didn't. You're friends with them. They have really been crossing the line today, him especially. It was supposed to be a healthy debate. He's calmed down now, but it was really bad. And I have tough skin. He's embarrassed a lot of black people today, especially Tony. Sent me Tony's profile. I guess they said you was really on, he called this boy all kind of niggas. It was both sad and embarrassing. And I guess you made some comments about porch monkeys and monkeys. I don't know, but I'm going to be real. Like, I feel when I'm attacking somebody, like if I get into it with Brother Greg, I'm not going to call him a porch monkey because it's like I'm talking like I'm attacking my
question, Wack. Do you think that we need to build stronger Black communities or stronger Black individuals?
Individuals.
Right, and that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen. What's real is real. What's fake is fake. You know, I tell people that if I happen to live in a Black community or a mixed race community today, I'm gonna get a mixed race community. Right. Just because of what the climate is. I keep it real about what's real. Right. But that still doesn't mean I'm just trying to understand your mindset. Right. It's obvious you asking me questions and I'm answering it the same way you would answer. But like the porch monkey and the niggers, the hardy, all right.
I did not say that. So again, I said porch monkey, and if you look up the specific definition of a porch monkey, you know, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I'm listening to you.
You know, it's kind of yeah, we have a conversation. So I did not call anybody the N-word with the hardy. Okay, I did not do that. As far as porch monkey, yes, I definitely said it. Because again, I don't believe that Black people are porch monkeys. I don't believe that Black people are inept to be able to not overcome the certain objective, you know, the certain obstacles that we've experienced in, said, Black America through our history. You know, I was first in a whack when I saw the La Raza Mexicans going onto the freaking freeway and saying, listen, y'all aren't keeping game of seeing how they sent Black people to stop traffic, and then you had all the people with Mexican flags falling behind them. I was a function.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Right.
So the thing, right? I hear you're gonna get technical with the porch monkey thing, right? And I understand where you go with that. But you and I both know, right? A mayate is a black bug, right? So we can say, well, what is that? But we know when they use it as a term to disrespect Black people. So when we hear porch monkey, right? Although I could say like you, don't feed into it because what it really means is this. We know that they use it as a disrespect to Black people, right? If I call Brother Greg a pepperoni pizza right now, right? People would say, well, why is he getting mad? Because he's a Muslim, right? And I'm referring to pork, right? So what I'm saying is certain shit that we say, if we're tapped into that side of us, being Black,
I agree with you.
I know where you're going to go with.
So Wack, as a business person and as a very savvy, you know,
I have to disagree with you.
You know, as a business person and as a person that, you know, attracts a certain audience, don't you think that the divisive narrative that was thinly veiled behind good intentions was deployed correctly in this situation?
I think people heard your approach as coonery. They heard your approach as you are attacking them, and if you're supposed to be there, but I'm gonna be real, you speak very proper. I'm not gonna say you talk white because that's ignorant. You speak very proper. You speak very proper. So when you hear yourself speak, most people, they hear you say the things you're saying. It's almost like they hear Klansmen saying it because you speak very proper. They're gonna say you sound white, right? When I came in, when I heard you speaking, I thought you were Caucasian when you said you wasn't, but I see you are, as they call, was it mulatto or whatever, right? I'm gonna call you Black. Your daddy Black, you Black. That's what I'm gonna call you personally, right? I'm not gonna tell you to disrespect the other side of you, but that's just how it was taught. I just think maybe, I don't know, maybe your approach is a little, I don't want to say too harsh, but on this side of the club, you was in my room, it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't give a fuck. But you got some people that's going to hear that wrong, and I think you're intelligent enough to know that. I know you know that. Now, if you're using it for shock value, to grab their attention, so you can deliver a message.
There it is. There it is, Wack. There it is.
That's what I said. I came over. People know when I'm on some bullshit, know when I'm on some attack shit. I came over because what they were asking me to do, I said, no, let me go over here and see who this person is, have a conversation. I seen Brother Gregory on the floor, so immediately I'm like, I know him. And I'm like, okay, either this wasn't going on with him on the floor, or maybe it's something to it. So I ain't telling you what to do.
I appreciate that, White Adam.
I ain't telling you what to do. But I gave you a little something. And it ain't your fault that you speak proper. That's the way people are supposed to speak, but a lot of us come from other places. And, whether it's down south with the West Coast, Ebonics, slang, whatever it may be. Not to say that's the proper way, but when we hear proper and porch monkey and anything derogatory towards a certain race, they gonna take it like you attacking them. Do it as you want.
So let me ask you something real quick. You heard me say to Pepe, I said, what did I say? I said, you would never say that. He wanted me to say what I was going to do something to him, but I told him, what did I say? In person, you would never, ever disrespect me because you'd be too scared to do it. You can say whatever you want on the app, but I know in person, you're not going to open your mouth. You're not even coming around me. So that's what I said, just to shut that rhetoric down. And that wasn't a threat. That was just a reality. Because I know you're not going to say it. You're going to be too scared to say it.
Brother Greg, listen, Dr. Adam, I appreciate you. Know what? Top level, Matt, this your room. My apologies, Dr. Adam. Appreciate you having a conversation. Pull up sometime on the other side.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to get back over here.
You know what? Check out my music, bro.
I'll be coming visit. I know you guys. Appreciate y'all, Dr. Adam. Hey, appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Dr. Adam, can I ask you a question about your approach, if you don't mind, now that you're cool?
What do you mean my approach?
So your approach to fix it and make strong African American people instead of strong African American society, your approach about that, I want to ask you a question about that.
Yeah, we need to uplift African
Wait,
American.
are you the guy who said you work for FBI?
Full-blood Iranian. So Dr. Adams, if you have a baby and you want to teach them how to swim, and they have never touched water, your approach to me is like just throw them in the water, ask them to figure it out. Do you think that's more efficient compared to getting their trust, teaching them to float, and then step by step helping them to learn proper swimming techniques? Which one is more efficient for these people to learn how to swim in this wide world?
Yeah, so I feel like that's a very disanalogous example, and it's a very disanalogous anecdotal example. I don't feel like throwing Black America into the pool of racism is going to, solve racism. What I am asking for is said Black Americans should develop a certain sense of utility and a certain sense of strength in self as individuals, as opposed to, being camaraderie in a certain type of community that, quite frankly, has not produced any type of soluble results in furthering that said Black individual.
But you are...
Did that answer your question? Did that answer your question?
Not really, because
So what part of that did not answer your question?
I understood you, Adam. The part that you disagree with my analogy.
What, Lydia, what do you have to say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to have this conversation with Black. Because I respect Black, and I just wanted to have that conversation. Because I don't like the fact that
I just don't understand. Like, Pepe has been on this fucking app for how many years? He's been on this app for 3-4 years now, bro. And this man is on multi stages with Black people, full of Black people. on the stages all the time. And he's always in rooms calling people N-words. Why do y'all share stages with him then? Why do I go in pro-black rooms and Pepe's on the fucking stage having just a normal conversation like y'all just weren't in a room with him an hour ago being called niggers?
Yeah, you know, and again,
clear to me
the rules are so different.
Saying everything else about everything, but then you go report one side and not the other. Everyone was in here saying some foul shit. It got serious until Sarah, you know, the man got in here saying whatever he said about Sarah and it triggered her. I don't know if she said some group was targeting her or some code name that she heard him say.
No, he threatened my life, yes.
Okay, yeah, so she felt her life was threatened, and so that's when it got serious. And that's when it changed, and now Wack's here. I'm confused. Like, everyone was saying...
Because, Liddy, this is what they do. This is what they do. And I'm glad that Wack was able to kind of see the trap and the bait. You see what I'm saying? The same Tony was...
I seen Pepe on no other program.
The same... Hold on, Liddy. The same Tony was literally asking me to meet up with him and have drinks.
Threatening your life.
And then went from meeting up to having drinks. Like, what are you doing?
I get it, bro.
Yeah, that's the part that Tony left off, I'm sure. That he was literally threatening Dr. Adams' life. I mean, let's get real here, you know, out here.
And you know what's the problem I have? They did not, their issue wasn't with what Adam said. This had nothing to do with race. It only had with the fact that they didn't like that Adam was supporting Israel. That's the problem, and that's the sad part. Because Adam, you do this every day. Like sometimes, like I'm like, oh my God, I can't. Like you're always joking. You always say things. You say things about women. You say things
thought
about.
We were all joking. I didn't think it was fucking serious.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're always joking. Everybody's laughing. We always say Adam is Adam. Nobody goes and brings someone here to like lecture you or teach you anything. But today, I got an assassination. Like I got a hit threat for real, and then. I didn't hear somebody like threatening you. I didn't hear that word, but apparently they did that to you. Now, this is all because of what? Because of what we just literally asked them. We're like, why don't you want IRGC gone? You know, and those guys are like, what was their reason? They said, oh, because we want Israel wiped off the map. So they want Iran government to do it for them. We don't support that. We don't support genocide that they want the Islamic radicalists do, and now all of a sudden, look how they just turn this whole thing around. Just see how they turn it around. That dude, he was claiming that he has screenshots of me, right? And then he posts one screenshot, which was showing after he threatened my life. I said, why don't you go talk about reparation instead of putting instead of giving people assassination threats. So what are the screenshots that you have before you made that comment? I didn't say anything. This wasn't about you. This was not about you. They just dragged you into this because now I call that guy out because it's a very, 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 very serious crime. I know Pepe said, oh no, they don't care. Pepe has no idea what they care. The FBI counterterrorism department is literally for this kind of stuff because that's a very radicalist behavior. Do I think that guy? I honestly don't. I do believe he wanted to intimidate me, and that's why I called him out. You know, I don't believe that because if they were trying to like release my information so somebody comes and kill me, they would do it. Why say it? You know, that's not how it works. But it's just insane how these radical Islamics act.
Okay, bro, but we've been doing the same shit in these rooms for like the last almost 5 years now. Like, we've all been doing this shit.
Yeah, but what I don't like is that the fact that somebody
now is it a problem, bro?
Somebody wants to weaponize a certain platform to try to attack me in a way that
I'm not talking about somebody threatening your life. I'm talking about us just playing around like we always do in here. Like so what? Now we gotta stop doing what we do?
Like someone policing kind of thing, yeah.
This is all connected.
You guys don't think that I was ultimately told this?
I think you were. My whack.
Thank you.
You're talking about my whack, right?
No. Wack and I are cool. Like, I don't feel like
coming in here to...
He was coming in here because somebody sent him in here to tone police my rhetoric. And again, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. Like, you heard what I said. I gave him my song, and again, I gave him context, and what happened?
Yeah, he moved on. That's true. But that's
so again, I'm
saying though, is like
Matt,
we're all getting like, why are we being told this?
You people are like literally in your 30s, bro. Like, I don't get it. Y'all are literally in your 30s and fucking 40s. You can literally just click the leave button. You don't have to fucking stay here.
That's what I'm saying.
You can literally fucking leave.
But to start like a brain ball and
you're crying like some fucking bitches.
Look at what literally just happened. They wanted to bring a media executive to try to stop. Like, this is crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Bro, the guy's never gonna meet any of these people.
And I have nothing but respect for him for understanding and hearing my side and not allowing this shit to go with it. Like, this is so weird. It's so fucking weird.
As if I really mean harm to you because I called you a nigger. So fucking what?
And I didn't. I didn't call anybody a fuck. Like, this is crazy. It's just so crazy.
I literally thought we were all playing, and now all of a sudden this shit just got serious. This is weird. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Pepe, I guess you ruined the fucking mood, bro.
I get blamed for what Pepe said. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'll take it. It is what it is. Pepe is Pepe. Adams is Adams.
We'll get the pro-black room tomorrow, watch. This man Pepe calls you a nigger, and then you're in another room with him an hour later. Shit's weird.
I still can't get over the notes. Like, when I was reading the notes, he's like, they told me this.
Again, Wag runs a very tight ship. Wag runs a very tight ship.
So I'm running that from like a fucking prison yard, no bullshit.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I have nothing but respect for him. Let's not do that. I have nothing.
I mean it in a bad way. I mean literally like
yes. And I got confronted. The Wag did not cuss me out, but I got confronted about shit that you said. Oh shit! I mean, it was both of us said. You were using the N-word. I definitely did not use the N-word.
Facts.
Yeah, Wag came out.
Pepe, I'm gonna get that paperwork.
Stop. That's the best part about Wag, bro. That shit is like a video game. That shit is sick.
No, Wag and
he didn't start their own GTA 5.
He went like when I used to do like White America. Like he went in, like his whole crew like went in my room one night and they hung out for the evening. Like we've been cool. I used to do like the Monday morning the Monday whatever shit with the fuck is his name, that Dominican dude that used to do the show? Oh my god, I would love to be a guest host on that damn show. To fucking dismantle misinformation. It's crazy.
Hey, don't you find it kind of weird though that you had grown men running to Whack to lay this out? I mean, this is like something there's again, like what is that? Again, like this is nothing new. Like, this is nothing new. People are always going to find their angle. People are always going to do what they want to do. Like, none of this shit is, like, this is crazy. Like, I can't even believe that, like, what I said actually disrupted so much of a conversation on the other side. Like, he was running a fucking music room. I feel so bad that Wag actually had to take time out of his day to do this shit. It's so fucking weird. They disrupted this man from actually making black progress to fight with me. What the fuck?
Hava doesn't want to engage with me because he doesn't respect white people. Do you want to engage in my discussion or not? Because you're a Christian and I'm Christian, and maybe you have something.
Oh my god, we changed the title hours ago.
You were acting like an FBI agent earlier. You were literally breaking the law.
You don't want to engage because you cannot, so be quiet. Sarah, do you
want to be like FBI agent?
Can you please send him to the audience? I can't deal with this guy. Please, I'm begging you.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Pops?
A middle agent.
This is crazy. Did you hear that? reported to another side of Clubhouse because they did not like the things I said in this room. It's crazy. Like you probably just missed Whack 100, who just came in here, and him and I were having a conversation as far as the trajectory of the room and what my specific aims were. I didn't say anything. Did I say that?
No.
Matt, did I say that?
It was a good conversation. It was like that. But he was like, I think you say the N-word, and he had to make sure, like, obviously, that you are black, you know what I mean? Not that he did the whole lineage check. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, but I'm going to check that. I read that.
He's like, where are you from? What's your mom's color? It's like, whoa.
I'm a Mexican, so, you know. Yeah, no, and I definitely outed you as a Mexican. I was just like, you know, listen, why are you holding me accountable for what Pepe's Mexican ass says? I had everybody fooled thinking it was a white cracker this whole time. Oh my God, we've always known that you're a Mexican. Really? I'm actually white. God damn, you guys fall for me. But no, everybody wants to call me Mexican. Fine, I'll be a dirty beaner on this app. Being racist still, it doesn't bother me.
I'm gonna join your club, Pepe. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not racist. I don't make racist comments, but you know what? I'm gonna maybe try a little bit push people's boundaries.
Yo, so Pepe is only related to me on my white European side. So it's only Matt. Matt has something explaining to do.
Look at me.
It's your fault, Matt. All of this is your fault for opening the room, bro. So
I wanted to close it a while ago, you know? Like, you guys.
Who said PG ran away? I didn't even know why I came in here. I was gone. Okay, you ran.
Yeah, because no one would expect him of all people, bro.
You took a Mexican foot and you ran.
Like, who would have thought Whack would have came in here?
He's been brought into rooms because of me before. It wasn't because of you. That was the whole point. It was because of me. Literally.
He's the N-word. He has.
But no, that guy that I called the N-word, you know stand on it.
You know what's weird? Bro, they went and reported Adams and not Pepe. So they went and reported the black one, but not the.
That's because they can shame and shun him in his own, because he's kind of part of the black community. Whereas me, what are they going to hold me accountable for? Like, oh, he says racist shit towards black people. Like, okay.
Just imagine what kind of victory that would be to bring Adams to some kind of heel. You know what I mean? For that kind of thing. Like, think about that. Like, that becomes obviously a dealer.
All because Tony threatened to dox me. That's crazy. Tony threatened to dox me. Like, that's so weird. Good luck.
Tony's a bum, man. That was unbelievable.
Yep. All you're going to find is empty lots in Brentwood and Beverly Hills. That's how it went the last time. So, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, black people in the audience, any of you who have something to say, you can come up. But I mean, if you guys are offended by what I said, eat a fucking bag of dicks and fucking drown on them. Hope you get AIDS and other shit. Horrible stomach cancer, maybe too, just for good measure. But you guys are, black people on this app are racist, like real racist. They're more racist than white people. Are so afraid of being called racist for so long that they tiptoe around. And I think it's funny just to watch you guys chimp out when I just call you a word. You guys call each other. You guys, when black people are misbehaving, you guys on Clubhouse without fail use the hard R. I don't care. You think that the observation of somebody acting that way is any different because I'm white or black? We still have to experience that person, and that's what that person is. Get a life.
Well, I guess the fun is been taken away.
And all of you can suck my big white dick. You want some pink wiener? All of you. All of you in the audience.
Black holes.
So where do we go from here? Where are we going?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I just think, I don't know. I like how Wack did, he wasn't ignorant, right? Like, he even said, Adam, if you speak proper, I'm not going to say you sound white, because that would have been ignorant. Like, I appreciate that, because there's a lot of black people on here that do that. But, I don't know, bro.
Yeah. I was thinking he was going to go all in for a brief moment there. Yeah. And just, like, slash and get on and blah, blah, blah. The usual stuff that Adams always gets on this app, so.
To completely cook them, huh?
Yeah.
I don't really see Wack doing that to, like hood boogers, to be honest with you.
Like the 15-time felons?
Yeah, like the people who like stand on some gangster shit, and then like he's, he'll
Yeah, we don't have criminal records on this stage.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get like, I have no hood cred to gain, and nor are you gonna get any hood cred from checking my white ass. So it's kind of fruitless.
Oh, we have no street cred on the.
Adams, are you hearing flashbangs being deployed as we speak?
I'm listening to the news.
Yeah, well, if you're here downtown right now, they're going crazy. I got videos on my phone the last 5 days, bro. It's been crazy out here.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Jesus.
There's Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Deb. Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Everybody, let's take a second and or take a minute, and just pray about how everything is going right now, because everything right now is shit, and everything right now could be a little bit better, but with prayer helps. So let us pray.
Hey Adams, why don't you get your fucking 23andMe and put it as your PTR?
I don't want to start fights.
Can I borrow? You should like screenshot it without your name, and I'll put it up so we'll show like I'm like part black, and I control everybody.
Yeah, I also don't want to be accused of bullying anybody reparations. The feds have my 23andMe, so fuck, whatever. All those see is a fucking white sheet of paper. That's it. That's all I see.
It was a fun room, though. I had fun until they ruined the mood.
I did crash out quite a bit. I know I yelled at L.
Wait, what's up with you and L? That came out of the blue. I mean, she kind of was just telling you to shut up most of the time, right?
Well, she's like, I remember I gave my opinion on something earlier, and she's all like, see, I don't know, next time I'm not in the room, I don't know. Like, she's just doing like this weird gatekeeping shit. And it's just like, like, good for you. You have like a room where maybe there's 10 people in it. Like, I really care. And she's just kind of like trying to like show her dominance in a weird way, and I told her to shut the fuck up, and then she's like, how dare you? She's trying to get on Mama Bear, and I just made fun of her. Like, really, who do you think you are?
Is this wine mom out?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets wine moms.
No, stop it. Not too much now.
No, I'm not trying to pick on her. I'm not saying anything bad about her now. I'm just saying that's what I was upset about.
Who is this L woman? Who's this young lady? I don't even know who she is.
She's an older lady.
I got a question. Is it a race related? What kind of question is it going to be?
It don't matter if it's race related.
All right.
It don't really matter. So what y'all get from talking shit on Clubhouse? Because what do you get from that?
Absolutely nothing, bro.
But
you get whack in your rooms.
But I would say this, like, people like to talk about controversial shit online because it's really like the only time you can, like, when it comes to like race, politics, religion, that kind of stuff, you're not going to go out in public and just like strike up a conversation about like something contentious or controversial, and some people go online to do it, and then a lot of people are rude. And you have a lot of people with like, I would say like with black people in particular on here, they have a way of, they kind of think they can talk however they want about other groups of people and even be disrespectful. You know, I don't really care when they do it, but they'll constantly drop the cracker, the reference, the derogatory remarks regarding being white, and then it's just like, eventually like somebody ends up, you know, mouthing off back to them, and they're like, oh my God, how dare you? It's like, dude, what the fuck makes you think you're so special?
I mean, I don't know, but I feel like a waste of time to me. But
wait, who was that person that was trying to plug their rap album, you know, to white women on the way out? That was crazy.
He's like, when I check out my album, his name's Hank. I've seen him before.
So, Mark, do you think that we waste our time doing what we do, bro?
There's no point. What's the point?
Exactly. Like, why are you on here?
I mean, to be honest, I'm bored. I got nothing to do.
You're bored, and it's entertaining. So
there you go.
People do think it's funny. Like, I was a troll. I still do it a bit, but like, I definitely find like entertainment value in doing it, and people do it to me, and I don't like get butthurt. I mean, I used to like. There's some people on the dark side that I would deliberately like get mad or make mad just because I thought it was funny to watch them, pack me up. It's just I thought it was cool to listen to.
Bro, you should never take anything serious on this app, bro. I never take anything serious on here.
Well, yeah, but when you're talking about canceling people and everything else and reporting people to the fucking
that's true.
It's just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, gosh, it's not that fucking serious. You know what I mean?
That's the thing I don't get is you guys know I'm not a doxer. Like, I never doxed anybody on this app for the years I've been on here. Like, I don't fuck with people in real life. Yeah, that kind of shit is, I don't, like, why are people driven to, like, hurt or cause harm to somebody
I've had the most foul
they never even met? Like, you have to be a sick and lonely, like, individual.
I've had the most foul shit said to me unprovoked, bro. I have not blocked one soul on this app in 4 years, bro.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like,
I'll unfollow people because you might just get on my fucking nerves at the time, but then, like Monica. I unfollow and follow Monica probably every other week. You know what I mean? She gets on my fucking nerves, but that's just what it is. Literally. So, I mean,
not too much Monica. Not too much Monica.
Well, when people are calling, other people's place of business, or let's just say their place that they work on stuff, and then they're telling their boss the business that they're doing on Clubhouse is fucking crazy, just fucking crazy, absolutely crazy. I heard about that shit going on, and I was just like, what the fuck? I mean,
this is a righteous guy. This is a righteous. And actually, he's not righteous. He's just a racist black guy who hates white. He was talking shit about white people and Jews the whole fucking time. And then like, he's the one who hasn't heard to say he wants to report Sarah because racist things were being said in a room that she was moderating in. Like, give me a break.
But I'm telling you, it wasn't about reporting me for racism. Like, trust me, they do this to me at least once a week. Look, when you're Muslim, you cannot leave the religion and you cannot support Israel. Otherwise, there is an death threat on your head. This is like an Islamic law for IRGC. Like, if you're Iranian and you go to Israel and they figure this out, even if you're not an Israel supporter, they will hang you. Specific rules. That's why I'm telling you, like, to you guys, it's like, oh, it's not a threat, but that is a threat. And then who support the IRGC is funny because Iranians don't support that. It's always supported by the Shia Muslims, either from the African countries, the Arabic countries, or like Pakistanis. It's usually Pakistanis that do that. And they always say, I'm going to release this, like, we're going to release this. Last year, we were dealing with this for cussing out Muhammad, and I'm telling you, this is not a new thing. And they have assassinated people. They don't go around and assassinate everyone, they can't get into that kind of war. But we do have multiple people that I'll share links just literally for, like, bashing Islam. We have people that they have assassinated. It's not like something crazy or anything like that.
And did you make that room and divided we fall?
I did. I didn't realize this one.
Why did you have it? Well, that's fine. This room's dying. But what I'm saying is, why did you have being white in America? Didn't have a white fist like bumping a black fist? That is so fucking gay. You have to make it two white fists.
Well, no. So I like to have productive discussions.
Yeah.
And like to be. Yeah. So yes, if I can totally come up with way spicier titles than you could ever think of. But I like to have productive conversations, not like the straight trash that you like.
But you can have a productive conversation, but not be like, oh yeah, is your title like signals like you want you want to be cool or make peace with black people, which is gay? Because they're gonna come in there being all racist and then
No, I was only gonna let white people speak.
Damn, man.
That's actually pretty cool.
That's pretty big right there. Damn, what room is it you're speaking?
I started a room. I didn't realize, Matt. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, I would transfer over there, but
no, we can do it. And Sarah was like, "Oh, I was in Matt's room." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't scroll the hallway."
So only white people can speak for real?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have only all of us tell like our own stuff.
Lydia's still on it.
Pretty funny clips to play of
What happened?
We were doing a holy white room on stage.
Yeah. So they can hear our grievances of what it's like to
Where is there only one room?
I'm gonna make
We
one.
started to make one, yeah.
Does that include
Last time I did that, I got an account suspended when I was at what's her name? Sarah. The other Sarah.
Sarah Fox.
So if we get a Jew up there,
It was me, Sarah, and somebody else, and we were running was it a slave? No, it wasn't a slave auction.
I know.
Oh, that's a slave auction one, yeah.
The week of being white.
Oh, yeah.
It was white men appreciation month.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Bro.
Crazy.
It was me and Sarah, and we got our shit suspended. That shit was fun.
But we need to do this, and if there's a Jew that comes in there and they want to speak, you have to ask them, what do you consider yourself? Are you white? Or if they say Jewish, you say, okay, sorry, not for you. We're gonna.
No, but the Jewish.
No, we have to do it. We have to do it.
Yeah, no, listen. I know the Jewish is the ethnicity.
Yes, but some of them, like El Normo, says he doesn't call himself white. So if we get any of those Jews, they're not.
Yeah, but I also don't call myself white either.
So much damn it, just
no, you're trying to tell me how I already know how you're gonna love it. Just have faith in me.
Well, she has a game plan. You gotta let her go with this,
Yeah, you're like, your title sucked. And I was like, no, I have only like white people, like whatever that is, talk. And then we can bring up one at a time anybody that wants to talk, because we're not gonna just have like a bunch of opposition trashing the room. But like, when did we ever get to talk? Like, Elijah here, he can vouch when we had like the white, we were trolling. Only black people were talking about what it's like to be white in America. No white people even got to talk, which is wild. It was funny though, but they got banned.
That was fun, bro. We were just playing though. That was fun.
It's funny as fuck. Like, and everyone knew we were like trolling, like we weren't being like.
Exactly.
It wasn't like a hateful thing. It was just being funny to like show like how.
Literally just trolling like we're always doing 98% of the fucking time.
Matt, should we do it? And I had them scheduled in 2 Americas, and then I was like, I don't know, should I do it in 2 Americas? Americans or divide and fall?
But don't like black people have like access.
You should definitely stay off the spaces if you're threatened, like you're like sensitive. Because on X it's even worse than over here.
No way. What?
In spaces over there, you can get away and say whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to worry about being over there.
It's true.
Well, but
I can literally call anybody anything I want to over there and not have to worry about anything. And that's why I love that.
But yeah, okay, so when it comes to being banned, maybe.
I can be as racist as I want to on X.
Well,
and not have to worry about any consequences.
Yeah, but are people like as ratchet as on X as they are here?
Yeah.
Well,
it's worse over there than here.
Yeah, people
over there, I'm not gonna lie, even though we don't agree with them, they're the ones over there that kind of got a little bit more sense. Like they're gonna come with all different types of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over here, they're just doing a bunch of bullshit. Over there, they're actually some ones that are well read. You know what I mean? The real staunch, like, you know what I'm talking about.
You have basically,
you know where I'm going.
You have like white nationalists over there, but there's tiers of them in different rooms. They don't all. Some of it is because the more educated ones will kind of stick with each other. Then you have the dumb ones that nobody really takes seriously.
But I'm talking about even in the black community, you have the smartest smartest over there. Like, you know what I mean? So when they come with their racism, it's a different type of racism. Even with the white community, like they're just all smart as fuck over there, but you can just be as racist as you want. Like, I don't know.
In the smart white people spaces, if you troll or you use like the N-word, they'll kind of look at you funny. They're more serious.
They are?
Yeah, these are like people that...
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said, are they more ratchet? Because I consider Clubhouse to be like
you do get ratchet. You get really ghetto black people, and you get really ghetto, not ghetto, but white trash white people. So they're kind of in their own little atmosphere. Then you have like the ones that are like actually really intelligent, and they're not going to be friendly to you if you're like a dumbass.
So imagine like Clubhouse with X's TOS. That's how it would be. Like you would be able to basically say and do, as long as you're not threatening nobody's life or nothing like that, you can just basically do whatever, say whatever. So if somebody was to call somebody a nigger, oh well, you're gonna cry about it or leave the room.
Yeah, X sounds like a wild, wild west over there these days.
Like that's just.
Oh, Matt, will you pin? I sent you in your message, but you can pin it and I'll open it. In your Dutch now. Elijah, it's nice to hear your voice.
Hope all's well.
Yeah, you too. I know that like you're too cool for us Clubhouses.
What? I be in rooms with like Matt and Adams. I don't know where you be. That's the question.
What in the heck? I never see you then.
I'm not on here as much as I used to be on here. That's probably what it is. I'm always on Threads too now. I love Threads, bro.
Oh my god, look at what someone wrote in the chat about me. Mike, you're awful. Anne has the IQ of a soap dish and the charisma of a used tampon. Thank you.
Half truths, well,
yeah,
true.
I'm not going to menopause, so I definitely have IQ, so that's a good thing.
Mike is another interesting one.
Well, I mean, Mike, like, what have you done for society? Have you had a baby? I don't think you have any children. Because are you shooting blanks? I mean, have a used champ vagina, but are you shooting blanks? Probably. And you're mad about it, and that's okay. We can talk about it. What a loser.
Can you send it to me and tell me I'm good top hello everybody.
Or you could just mod me really quick so I can do it. And then I'll...
Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, John. Hello, Ellie. Right? Got it. Right.
Oh, I love
Yep. Democrat degeneracy.
Okay, I'm gonna open it unless you want to entertain John for a minute.
No, I'm saying my PTR. That's the symbol. for Democrats.
Oh, that's your Democrat. Okay, got it.
And then the Dodgers or LA Riders button. Okay, I'm opening it now.
Alright, good luck. I'll come over. Alright, you guys, this room's been going for. Sarah, are you there or no?
Who's about to run a room right now?
What did you
What's
say?
up there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Guys, you're there. Okay, yeah, just if anybody's interested, just go over to Anne's. I gotta close this down. I gotta get a bite to eat a little bit, and I'll come over probably.
What is Ann doing?
He's being.
Bro, is this a setup? I don't want my account banned, bro. Like,
Yo, I'm gonna be banned tomorrow. You already know, Liddy. I'm gonna be banned tomorrow.
like, yeah, your server is gone.
This.
You're out of here. You're definitely cooked. But, I mean, whatever. Let's go see what she's doing.
Let's go over
And you know what's funny is Anne doesn't even know what happened here. Matt.
She has no idea.
What if the people who got into it with Adam see it, they're gonna think it's like a retaliation. Like this is just
Exactly.
this is like a lot of smoke. I don't know why you didn't tell her not to go in the room.
Yeah, we're actually gonna see that Adam's over there.
You're sorry.
We love Mike.
This is all I knew.
I just didn't go on to this morning show. You know, it is what it is.
Remember, Anne doesn't know what happened between Wack and Adams. You know, like.
Or Pepe for that matter.
Sometimes Black kind of
She
shit
has no idea what happened in
she
this
be
room.
saying, but, you know, can't agree with everything. I'm going to answer, bro.
I did see
I don't know if I'm getting
Thanks for
canceled.
the room, Matt.
You bet. Sarah, you're good. You're not getting canceled.
I'm kidding. Listen, how is anyone going to cancel? I work for myself. I own my business.
Exactly. That's the spirit.
Like, how am I going to get canceled? I was a college professor for nearly 10 years in Los Angeles, Orange County schools, you know? Like, I'm doxing myself because you search my first name with a little bit more information and figure out, you know, who I am. But it's like, and I always talk about these things. I talk about challenging stuff, talk about, you know, like all kind of stuff in school. And then when the pro-Hamas, you know, the pro-Hamas, what's it called? The riots in the schools?
Yeah.
I was screaming and talking about how Islam is disgusting and it's bad and all that stuff. No one could cancel me. They did break my car window. No, my car window got broke. You know, but they can't cancel you. Like, we have freedom of speech. You can't just cancel people.
Exactly. You got it, Sarah. You got it, man.
I don't know, but I just thought it would be fun to, like, scare him a little bit.
It's all good. It's all fun. All right,
You want to close it? Just close it.
Like Sarah. We'll do it again soon. And thank you, everybody, for coming. But yeah, I'm going to close it, okay? See you guys on the other side. Later.
No. Set, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe a major part of that early beginning foundation when you're getting to know somebody is definitely communication and transparency as much as possible without, you know, I guess giving up, too much. Like, but I mean, at the same time, I get move, but you definitely gotta have communication and transparency. Whether you turning it up, you know, depending on how many dates y'all been on or whatever, but that's something major for me is communication and transparency. I love communication and I love being transparent. Like, I come in with my hands up, core out, period.
Well, I'm going to share serious something with us because I think a lot of times we don't hear us as men being honest. And this is before I was at the Navy. I actually met a wonderful woman. Wonderful woman. And the man I am now, I wasn't that man then. And this woman wanted to cook for me every day, clean for me every day. Sex was never a problem. Like, if I wanted some head, one thing, it was never a problem. Like, I washed my clothes one time, real shit. I wash my clothes and fix my plate at her crib. She invited me over, we chilling. This when I was kind of still smoking weed, but I was more on my cigar shit. She took the plate out of my hand, took me by the hand, sat me on the couch, got on her knees in front of me, real shit, and was like, do you not love me no more? I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? She's like, do you not love me no more? I'm like, I'm confused. She's like, you know, in my house, you don't fix your plate. You don't wash your clothes. I do that. I fold and iron your clothes and do this and do that. So do you not love me no more? Because you're doing shit that's what I do. I'm like, no, you know, I love you. Like, what the hell? She said, okay, so let me be your woman. I can admit, I lost her because the man I am now, I wasn't that man back then. I wasn't.
That happened, brother. That happened. It wasn't
No. I'm not. It was a sad situation because she was a wonderful woman, awesome woman. So when I say a lot of women have never heard this before, because a lot of women don't believe that this shit happens. I lost her because of me. The man I am now, I was not that man way before COVID. Because this was before COVID. This woman would come up to my job, bring me lunch. If I stayed over, bring dinner. If I was going through any type of a bad day, rub my shoulder, scratch my back, the whole damn night. I never had to beg her for anything. But because of my immaturity, I lost her. And I can say this too. And I say this to dudes all the time. Stop going off these negative stereotypes that we hear about people. Because she was a Jamaican. And me being from Detroit, only thing I ever heard about Jamaican women, Haitian women, oh, they do voodoo and you know, all that ignorant shit. She was a devout. When I say a devout, she was a better Christian than I've ever seen any woman be a damn Christian. Her family deep into, keeping the Torah, or keeping the law. She was deep, like, so I say all that to say this. As a man, I can be honest in front of every last woman here. I'm a very balanced man. I'm a fair man. I would never say how bad actions of women are, and I don't put myself out there with it. Because as a mature man, I want to tell any woman that I'm dealing with not the good shit about me. I'm going to tell you all my red flags so you never have to question that. Yes, I have attitude at times. Yes, I have a very bad fucking temper. Yes, I'm very dominant. I'm a very dominant, masculine, alpha male, type of man. Because I have to. But at the same time, I am a loving, sweet guy too. I can definitely be sweet and romantic and nurturing and caring. I can do all of that. But that came with growth. That came with maturity. And a lot of times women don't get to see part of men because they're so busy trying to pick out everything wrong with the man instead of him showing you and him telling you his story or his testimony. Because I know a lot of great dudes that would love to be married, but the woman can't get past how he looked or what his bank account is like. It's like, that stuff is cool, it's important too at some point. But when do you just get to know the man for the man? Know the man, the myth, and the collection.
And I gotta say this, bro. One thing I gotta say for certain is that my signal might act as fuck up right now in a second. I'm trying to get something going here outside. Look, man. Let me keep it a buck, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Look, like I might have had those
information you're saying, but it doesn't stop me from being like, being more, just being bluntly honest about the situation, the status of women in this country. It's changing, man. I'm not going to pretend. Feminism is the feminist extremism has taken over. It's become a comfortable environment where they can talk hostile about men and be rude and cruel, disrespectful towards men. It's not a cool environment. And it's showing up all over the place. The results of it are showing up all over the place. Young men from 18 to 30 are doing far less or worse than women in society, have worse outcomes than women. Women are doing, far better, and that's because they got an economic boost because of these policies in place to help them out, which is good. But what is it doing us any good if you're doing better after destroying somebody else? It's like we can't celebrate that. It's like, yeah, we're doing better than men. Yeah, I always say that. Like, we're graduating. Yeah, good job. Like, you're celebrating the fact that you're outdoing men, but yet you want men who are doing better than you. That's like a retarded celebration. That's a retarded celebration. You're celebrating that one half society is outdoing the other, investing in the other. Because what? Because we put policies in place to make things even, and now it's uneven. That means it didn't work. That means went too far in trying to compensate. Yeah, it went too far trying to compensate and did the opposite. Now we've created misandry. That's not the answer. That's like I said. I'm sure a lot of white people would not agree if I said, hey, the answer to racism is to put your white ass in chains. Bitch, let me find every white person to put their ass in chains and slave them. Now, I'm sure a lot of black people would be laughing about that because that's funny as shit, right? But I'm sure white people wouldn't like that, right? That wouldn't be cool to them. Right? You think the answer to... I know. But it might sound like, oh, yeah, get that. But that's a fucked up society. You really want to have these motherfuckers walk around crawling on our floors and shit like black people don't care for no shit like that. We don't want to do that to these fucking people. We just want to be left the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. The answer to racism is not to put white people in slavery. So the answer to women being, unfairly paid is not to fuck men over. We shouldn't do that. Don't fuck. It's not funny either. That and then 18 to 30 years old are getting fucked over. They're dropping out of school and not finding a purpose. That's a dangerous society, man. And it's stupid. It's not gonna work. That's why we gotta fix it. That's why we gotta fix it. It's such a dumb idea to do. It is.
Yeah, we need more people uplifting each other. Women and men both uplifting each other. To your Barney's point, when he was explaining his relationship, that, I don't know, we gotta figure out how to fix that, because that is an issue. I mean, the men in my family, I asked them this question also, as far as women, being more mature than males, and we take relationships super serious when we were 20, like, the relationship I was telling y'all about earlier, I was in a relationship when I was 19, and I was very serious. But he wasn't an adult yet. He wasn't grown yet. We were doing the grown adult things that served his fleshly desires, but his other parts wasn't there yet. So when I asked the men in my family, my dad and my older brother, I got an older brother, we're 10 years apart, 9 years.
you can't have this, you can't have that, and we're going to steal all of your pieces and still force you to carry the brunt of being that which God created you to be. So I literally said this earlier, and I said this yesterday, and I'm going to keep reiterating it because I see something very, very dangerous that's about to happen. If women aren't careful, if you aren't careful, you're going to wake up in a generation of men who hate women, and they're going to snatch back all of the space that they created for you. Every law that protects you, every work opportunity that has been opened up. And you see it a little bit now with this crazy ass president. Stop poking the bear. Use men as your ally and stop bullying them. Because once a generation of men get to the point where when they say, I'm going to go back to oppressing you, there's nothing that you can do. Literally, you're not our equal in terms of fighting back. So stop doing that shit. Because the last thing that you want is a nation full of evil, wicked men.
Yeah, I say that all the time, my brother. Because I got a cousin, which I didn't know that he had family in Saudi Arabia. However, upstairs. Yeah. Can you hear me now? You gonna hear me? Okay, there. Okay. Sorry. I'm walking to the hospital. So I just found out that we got family over in like the Middle East, however, and they were just showing, just telling us about different shit that go on over there. And Nick, what you just said, bro, is absolutely true. Because if you switch American women to the Middle East over there, I guarantee you they will be begging to come back. They'll be begging to be around dudes who don't disrespect, who don't down, who don't do them dirty. Because you got some dirty motherfuckers over there. And one of my cousins, it's okay to backhand, one of my cousins was telling me, he was like, y'all, bro, girl, got caught with her ankle showing, and she was married. Husband beat that ass right in front of her mama. Her mama, her grandma, her aunties, and her cousins jumped in and beat her ass. I said, nigga, whoa, wait a minute. Please hope this is a joke. Said, no. He said, the shit that you deal with in America, he said, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. We don't deal with that here. The men disrespect shit, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. The men disrespecting men, that's a no-go. Your kid did, that's a no-go over here. He said, he was like, we got people that walk around just for that reason. I'm like, what you mean? He like, so how? Like, y'all got the police? Well, how many police? I remember that. We got 30. Yes. I remember that. Real shit. He said they walk around in 8-10 hour shifts or however, just to spot out immorality stuff. He said they caught this woman with her ankle showing, and brother, it was up. They called her husband and whoever else, because she was out with her son. Over there, your son is the age of 7 to 12. They're considered grown men. So they respect the boys. Boy, he was telling me, he said, nigga, I was at grabbing some food or whatever. He said, bruh, they beat that woman ass, and they told him, if you want her still, you can take her home, do what you do, that's your business. But if you don't want her, we're going to put her in jail for showing her ankles. No, and now we know that she's, she belongs to you. Oh, she broke the law, so what do you want us to do?
not controlling their sexual desires. Okay, we can't sit here and pretend like uncles and men around don't do shit to fondle kids, girls and boys. That shit happens. So if women are, if they're saying something like that, they're responding off of that fear, and that shouldn't be pushed out. It could be spoke about and addressed. And to me, that example that you just gave, Jabari, about those women in the other country, that's still, they're suffering from the same thing that those aunties are suffering from. Men not being able to control their sexual desires, so they're forced to not be able to show their ankles because men think that just because you're showing your body, it's an open playground for you to do what you want with a shit hole anyway type of a vibe. It's the same thing. So those women are suffering from the same thing that the women over here are suffering from. They're just expressing it differently.
Can I say this right quick? There's an extreme sense of delusion with the Western woman, and with the comment you made is proof of that. You are not suffering what they are suffering. You are not. And this is when the American and the Western people, like, they need to fucking wake the fuck up and get out of fucking la-la land. You're not getting your ass fucking whooped and having the entire society okay with getting you whooped on. No, that doesn't happen. The police will come out, guys will come out of nowhere, everybody will be chivalrous, and you will be protected. You will not get fucking jumped and railed up and down the fucking street. There will be men who come out who will be against it. That's not what you're dealing with. Stop pretending. Stop it.
So I wanted to make another valid point. No matter where you go on this planet, no matter where you go, there's going to be a man that objectifies a woman. No matter where you go on this planet Earth, there are bad men. You're not suffering from men. You're suffering from sin. You're not suffering from men. You're suffering from sin. There's always going to be a man that's out there that's going to try to rape you, regardless of what laws are in place. There's always going to be a man or a woman out there looking to hurt you, rob you, and do all types of things that is not ethical or moral. This is why we have laws, and this is why we have good men to uphold those laws.
But KYD, I want to say something. There's not always going to be a society that actually is accepting of those conditions. In American society, Western cultures, the majority of men are not accepting of those conditions because we've already been conditioned not to accept that. But there are societies where they are conditioned to accept a certain degree of that. The vast majority of the consensus is that type of thing is okay. And if a survey was taken, it would look quite different in different countries. That's the difference.
And that's starting off by saying, be careful of how poorly you treat men in this country. Because if a bunch of men, if a generation of men raises up and say, I don't like the way that you've been treating me, and men have the power to change the law, then they will change the law to benefit them. And there's nothing that you as women will be able to do about it because you're not physically designed to fight men in that way. So let's not forget, good men have created a safe space for you to live and thrive. So put a little respect on the names of, if you don't want to say men in general, the good men, the soldiers in the rings that fight and die for our protection every day. Because for some strange reason, we act like we don't know that our military is what keeps us safe and sound. These are hard-working men, so don't get really no praise. But these is the same men that y'all say, you ain't shit, you just said third, blah, 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 X, Y, Z. Yo, it's not all men. The same way women say it's not all of us. So hyper-focus on the positive. That's all these men are saying. Like, listen, I want to revere you as a good woman, not a bad woman. thing, KYD? Abuse. When a good thing's happening, what messes it up oftentimes is abuse of it. People get abusive when they gain leverage or positions of power, or they start to gain some kind of fairness in society. A lot of times people, when they're given that, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, but there's a statistic out there that has now been tested for, and when you look at the data, the most abusive demographic when it comes to taking advantage of people with less power than them and a lesser power dynamic, it's women. Women tend to be more abusive when given power or authority over people weaker than them. And that has to go with children and elderly in every common case. And that's something to look at. Why are women more abusive than any other group of people, more than men and anyone else, when it comes to having power over weaker counterparts? Why?
Could it be because you're not used to having it? You know how they talk about people who not used to have the money, so they just blow it. They're not structured, they're not disciplined. Maybe women aren't used to having power, and I reference history all the time, since women are great debaters and they want to bring out numbers and all of this other shit like, oh, women are great leaders if men would just move out the way, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would you need me to move out of the way for you to showcase your ability to do? Okay, whatever. Speed past that. So maybe it's because since the beginning of time, you've just never been in the driver's seat, so you just don't know how to handle that type of power. Maybe you weren't designed to have that type of power in that way. I had this conversation with Lyric the other day. I said there's 195 countries. How many are ruled and governed by women? Alone. And then let's go beyond that. Name a time in history where the world, don't mention commit, don't pick out a single state, country. I said the world. Name a time in history when the world was governed and dominated, ruled by women. So if you want to be honest and call a spade, the answer is never. So why do you continue to fight that which God created you to be something different? To prove a point to me? See, I can prove that I'm just as valuable as you. Yes, honey, I see you in the swing. I see you. Yeah, you're doing a great job. But you weren't designed to be a leader there, were you?
It's like a bird trying to be a fish.
Like, yeah, you can flap your wings in the water. I see you. I see you swimming. You were designed for the air. Oh, I see you, Nemo. I see you. You jumped out of the water. Yeah. But you're not designed to fly. You want to do these things, Nemo, but you just can't. You have a little fin. It's okay.
Queen, you stupid.
It's only like, it's Father's Day, so I gotta reference my favorite movies. I love Goofy movie, and I love you know why? Because
you was my daughter's favorite.
Because dig this, it was a boy and his dad. Now, granted, Dory came into the situation. She tried to help him, whatever the case may be. Love Dory, bless her heart. But it was a son and his dad. Same thing with Goofy and Max. It's me and my boy. When I see women trying to do these things, I don't mind clapping for it. But don't do it at the detriment of the position of the man. If you are forced to run your household alone, I feel for you, Queen. But understand this. I'm here now. It should be you drop all your bullshit and let me take over from here. What I see is, I've been doing this for the last 5 years. Why are you talking to me like you a nigga? Why are you talking to me like you a man? You're not.
I had to do this and I had to do. So have I. I'm built for trauma. You're not.
Hey, yo, kid, I want to add on to what you're saying, and you got it bad, bro. Because you said something, you was just talking about Disney movies, and anyone who know me know that one of my all-time favorite movies of all time is The Lion King. One, I love lions, but favorite animal. But James Earl Jones, Mufasa, recipe for him, said this inside the Lot version. He said a good king doesn't search for what he can take, but a true king searches for what he can give. That's a hell of a bar. I say that to say this. Can anyone here look up a quote about how a queen helps her family or helps her king?
I can look it up.
Jabari, one of my favorite quotes is, he said, but Dad, I want to be brave just like you. He said, being brave don't mean that I go looking for trouble.
Right.
It means that I have the courage to deal with it when it comes to me. He said, man. And check the bar. Simba said, yeah, but you're not afraid of anything. He said, son, I am afraid. That's what courage is. Courage is being afraid, but doing it anyway. When those hyenas came to get you, he said, I was afraid. He said, you were? And that was the bombshell, because you can see a man raising a boy to be a man. It's not the bravado. It's not that I'm better than you, bitch, and you beneath me. No, it's not even that, Queen. Yo. Shut the fuck up.
That's the sad part, though, bro. Because I'm getting ready to leave. This is the sad part, real fast. And I hope that we've given y'all ladies some real insight on all the things that men think about. But this is something that I also noticed with the Lion King too. No one really, and not saying that they did, but no one really understood how blessed they were to have Mufasa, and so they had to be submitted and subjugated to Scar. Take that with a fucking grain of salt. You never know how blessed you are until you gotta be cursed with a motherfucker that's been here the whole time. Think about that shit.
What's the Robbie saying? Scar, there's no water, there's no food. If we don't move on, yo, it was bad.
He said, I don't care, I'm the king. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. So even though these are movie references, think about the message of them though. A good king listens to counsel. A good king never thinks he's too above anybody. Because let's be honest, Mufasa could have been that nigga and killed all them hyenas, but he was still merciful even to his enemies. He was merciful. He didn't go around killing every little thing just because he knew that he can. He had compassion. And that was the biggest lesson that I think so many people miss when it comes to life, is to be balanced. And that was the one thing he taught Simba. He said everything exists in a delicate balance.
As king, of life.
He said, as king, you have to understand that balance. From the crawling ant to the leaping antelope. This nigga was the wisdom on threads. And so many people missed it until he got up. He never know how. But bro, think about that though. On some real talk, really think about that. We never know how blessed we are. Hey, bro, that's a movie of wisdom, nigga. That is a movie of wisdom. If people really sit down and really listen
some of the conversations and the things that was said, that's a lot of wisdom that you can go find right now inside the Wisdom of Solomon and the Book of Proverbs. A lot of that was biblical. And again, I'm not trying to turn this into a biblical thing, but it really was. Because if you really pay attention, if people really watch the movie, not one time did he disrespect his mother, son. Not one time did he dishonor his mother because he knew he had daddy at home that was gonna fuck him up. No, you honor your mom. You honor all these women here. You protect them, bro. Just ours, bro. Don't be like these other niggas. Follow after me. You see me being a wise and understanding and balanced dude, and I ain't running around. Dude, people don't understand that. People don't be getting that and when like say this actual teachers and how many people failed the test because they did not take advantage of the teacher's time when they do it.
Bars. And we forever gonna miss Mufasa. And if you notice, from that time period, cool.
Your audio cut out, Caleb. Yeah, cut out.
Mindless bullshit. Go ahead, Queen. You wanted to say something?
I was trying to tell you that the mic was blown out.
My bad. I know I live in the sticks. I was saying from that point forward, we stopped getting TV shows and movies that was teaching us, and we started getting the bullshit. You know, when black folk fight to be in the company of white folk, over time we begin to walk and talk and pretend to be just like them. And I think that's an America thing too, because I see Asian people start speaking and talking and pretending to be white and shit. Bro, and all different ethnicities. This country has diluted culture to fit their narrative. Professionalism isn't professional unless you walk, talk, sound, and act like them. And that's horseshit.
I believe Martin Luther King was a slight bit of an agent smack. I'm going to say why I believe he was an agent smack because I don't believe that we should have came together with white people. I don't believe that. I believe that we should have had our own period and kept striving to have our own period.
So Queen, you mean to tell me you just gonna ignore his speech about the burning house?
I mean,
I'm not privy to it.
Not really at all. I'm opposed to us integrating.
I just been in love. Like once I seen that shit, and it's crazy because I didn't see that shit until fucking social media, and I grew up in a household where it was goddamn. My mother was master in black studies. She studied black history, and we learned that growing up. And I was fucking surprised. I said, why the fuck I ain't never come across this information? Excuse my language, but I'm still angry that I didn't see it until social media. Martin Luther King's speech about how he didn't want us to integrate into a burning house. He was starting to regret integration. I said, why didn't I see this until I was a full-grown adult?
That's what I was about to say. They don't teach that. A lot of people don't know that C profile. A lot of people don't know that. They don't do that. He basically reneged on what he said. What he was saying, what he said, they like took it and ran with it, plastered it all over all the books for us to learn in elementary school. but that was one time he spoke on something that could be swiveled in the opposite direction. That's not what he stood for at all.
Crazy work with
the white people running around with the pigs like, no, don't integrate. It was right. I believe that we shouldn't.
In many ways, we never did. It was the stepping stone that he was referring to. Like his overarching dream, the meaning in its totality is true. However, their hearts never changed, and that's what he was referring to. His dream was, to a degree, has come to fruition. You had interracial marriages. I'm not for it. I am very prejudiced, but I get it.
Yeah, I love my black people. Okay.
You know what I mean? Same thing when it comes to friendships, right? His dream is reality. I got some white friends. Now, they're not like my black friends. And they never gonna understand me in that. But hey, I live in a country where it's possible now. But in terms of their hearts have constantly been running from us from the very moment that we got civil rights. Because remember, the only reason why America was able to do what they did was because black people were seen and viewed as less than human. I'm gonna say that again. It was legal to have slaves because black people was seen as less than human. This is why they call it civil rights and not human rights. Because on paper, we were chattel. On paper, we were, I don't even want to use that word. We weren't considered humans. So it was okay to enslave us. This is why slavery in that matter, in that form, it's frowned upon globally. We still have slavery on the planet, but it's not to that magnitude. Because the United Nations, all of us collectively have said this type of employment is not okay. Because the word slavery, it technically means employment. So now we're the new slaves. This is why the Bible says, masters pay slaves a fair wage. Because they didn't use words like employment back then. We could literally find a plot of land, our own house, and live comfortably. But now these new laws, everything is monetized and everything goes to our government. But we have to play by their system and their rules.
Yeah.
So once they gave us our civil rights, I'm almost done. Once they gave us our civil rights, they said, now we're going to make college monetized because we know they can't afford it. And we've developed enough wealth in this country where our children will comfortably be able to continue to go to college, while if they want any chance of a career, they not only have to earn it, but they have to be 5 times better than our people, which is no different than today, if not worse. So Martin Luther King started to see that before his demise, like, yo, they giving us rights to be human, but look at all of this other shit that they're changing. Look at their ways. Look at how they treat their women. Look at how they act amongst themselves. Because, check this, and I'm about to land here. Anytime you have a group of people, they can slit open the stomach of a pregnant woman, hang her behind it, watch the fetus drop to the ground, suck the fetus, and eat with your children, laugh, and make merry. Psychologically, you're a fucked up group of people. Now watch this.
Barbaric.
Now watch this. The same behavior that black folk are exhibiting now in terms of black on black crime, you learned that shit from them.
I was just about to say that. back. Yeah, I hopped on the wait list real quick. That's when we first got in this room. I was like, okay, whose house is this? I was like, this, I don't know, let me in too. And I was like, you know what, I'll just do it. Right. They was like, oh, well, you canceled. Now you gotta wait. And they didn't even tell me how long I gotta wait to join the wait list again.
Clubhouse acting weird. Alright. Once I close the room, I can't change the waitlist thing. They talking about I can't change.
I'm making a beef right now, brother.
Look, they smacked me in hand, they done smacked me in sister's hand.
I'm like, yo, I'm not even exclusive. Like, I'm sitting here trying to build my room. I'm trying to figure out why people not come. I think Clubhouse like messy shit because like they be shadow banning some of my rooms.
Told you,
like, yo, I can't find you.
Yeah, told you.
I really think they be on bullshit.
They be like, oh, he trying to do black. You need to get him up out of here.
Right. We gotta figure out how to fuck up the program right here.
Oh, civil rights having ass nigga. Martin Luther King, I had a dream ass nigga.
I'm looking
talking about peace, love, black women, talking about let's look at his pizza. Fuck he mean, let's lock it. Oh, fucking mystic having ass nigga.
Matter of fact,
get the chopper right quick. Matter of fact, get him up out of here.
I was definitely looking at y'all PTRs while we were talking. I'm like, maybe I need to take my face off here. Queen, Kid, your Bari, I'm like, okay, people are on closest too. They don't know how to
They gonna get you now. Like, oh, okay, I got one.
I definitely be rocking my face. I just changed my tone because whenever I get on my socials, I like to look at it to keep myself reminded that I'm in that season of grinding. Because whenever I look at my own face, I get excited. And then when I get excited, it makes me want to make a phone call. And when I make a phone call, then I'm hit with temptation. And then when I'm hit with temptation, I fuck up. So.
You actually turn your own self up. That's funny. Okay.
I'm just saying.
For me.
I look at me, I'm like, see, it's different when you looking in the mirror. Like, when you look in the mirror, you in your crib, you just checking to make sure you cool. You know what I mean? Like, all right, my breath right, I smell good. Okay, cool. All right, I'm out the door. When you hop on social media got a different type of energy. And that energy for me is negativity and lust. And then when I see myself on my socials, like I get the touching and rubbing on myself, and I'm like, and then I put my like, oh yeah, so what you doing? I'm like, yes, what you doing? See, it's been a little minute.
And you went far, goddamn.
Damn, I missed out. What are we talking about?
I be proud of myself, man, and my progress and where I'm at, bro. Because I don't let myself go, bro. I gotta hit the gym. I gotta work out. I gotta make sure I'm right. I just did a cold plunge today, bro. Like, I gotta make sure I'm right, bro. I can't have no flaw shit going on with me, man. I don't give a fuck where I'm at in life.
No, that's real shit.
Lola, is that how you pronounce your name? We kind of went to the left. We somewhere in civil rights mode, swinging. We went way left from what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, we had it. Yeah, we talking about modern day slavery, you know.
It's all tied together, modern day slavery.
Cause I was gonna get to Texas and rub it.
This is a wild I walk you down the deep dark alley real quick and then deal my accident.
smut. Do you write like fantasy novels or whatever?
So it's actually a sci-fi novel, but I'm just such a creative writer. I have a couple of different genres like packed into it.
Well, I just want to congratulate you right quick. I want to say, the fact that you do sci-fi novel, and that's something I'm up to right now. That's a little sneaky little plot I got right now. I'm on my sci-fi novel shit. I gotta salute you, man. Those are one of the most popular selling genres right now. And salute to you, man. I'll show you when I get done, man. But salute to you.
We definitely gotta tap in because like sometimes I do like my little readings and stuff like that. But for the audience,
that's my little sneaky little come up plot. But that's it.
Come on, the ladies. You definitely try to invest in like the exotic writing, erotica. Because it definitely will keep your readers engaged, especially when it comes to like developing relationships. I don't know how deep your writing is. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's lit.
That's what I'm married by fantasy. I just was trying to figure out how to say it, but yeah, that's it. Where's your book?
I've seen that online, bro. I've seen that so far, and those shits be popping. They be having hundreds of thousands of views, bro.
Hell yeah, since we get real deep with it,
you have like an alien invasion, but then one of the alien women want to hook up with one of the dudes and some crazy shit like this.
And the alien sex, like not even trying to be funny, but the alien sex be the experiences that we should be having. Yeah, like big cheeses.
I'm gonna let Alma narrate what she heard so far, because it's not published yet, but it's in the editing phase. But whenever I get to talk about my book, I definitely get motivated. But I'd rather let somebody else explain.
But we would not try to invest into another planet.
Just for a second.
Divest into another planet is crazy, right? Like, yeah, I can't fuck with these humans. You know what I'm saying? Gotta fuck with them.
Septonians.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I know we need to figure out how to fucking get into the Vatican.
No, they got some info.
I'm about to talk to Trump. Fuck that.
You'll become a legend.
Shit,
I'm about to talk to Trump and Elon Musk. They know something.
God, what they have is
you will not be talking
European countries in the early 1800s, late 1700s, they were raiding North Africa and raiding African countries and nations, and they were stealing artifacts. So all the previous evidence that would predate European expansionism, predate European invention, is what they're withholding. So what they have is evidence of Black Africans inventing and creating things far before the European. And this is why it's so annoying. When you have the Shangu bone sitting in the basement of a museum in Europe randomly, that tells me all I need to know. You have one of the earliest contributions to human mathematics and downplayed it just because of your fucking racism and put it in the basement of the fucking museum. What an evil group of people.
Yo, watch this, because I put it in the chat. Y'all never question why nobody thought to rob them motherfuckers? Or at least try? Them niggas is guarded by, demons, bro. Real life entities. Nobody fucks with the Vatican. At all. They don't even pretend to rob these niggas. And what makes it so crazy is the Vatican don't even flex no type of military muscle, no big shit. Don't come here. It's trillions of dollars in one spot, and nobody's man, let's rob these old ass priests. No, nobody, not ever.
the fuck out. We're about to change the world.
First of all, they're about to self-destruct themselves, okay? We just need to stay out the way so we don't get part of the explosion. That's all.
True, right, true. Oh shit. And Lex said the underground bunkers don't work. They building them. It's not gonna work for what's about to happen. But
I said, speaking of them, they didn't find a new pope yet, did they?
it ain't that old Meagle looking guy. He still ain't in there with the hunchback.
No, it's me.
They all old Meagle looking guys. What you talking My precious.
And I ain't gonna lie, me and my homeboys used to use that to describe chicks sometimes, like when you got a chick that look fucked up, like, Schlegel. Precious.
Oh my god, that is mean as fuck.
You know, shorty, Schlegel, you know her.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I actually saw a chick. Face spray.
Well, it take a lot to be called a Schlegel, though. I ain't gonna lie, it take a lot. You gotta be hit bad in every direction.
That shit is like super mean, like damn.
You gotta have a hunchback. You gotta have a hunchback, the ugly face, everything. You gotta have everything fucked up. You gotta have all 5 stars.
Looking like I'm proud of it.
Bro. And I'm not really one to bag on a chick weight, but nigga, when you look like you need to be on the episode of My 600-Pound Life, someone need to tell you the truth.
Right.
Somebody tell you the truth, man.
Word, man. Just get crazy.
Queen, I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm being serious. Goddamn.
I used to work with.
We're not going to use a car jack to lift up your stomach to find your coochie, nigga.
When you hear that, when she back up, you hear the beep, beep. She want to say, look.
Shit. I used to work with, it's like, she was a young in fitness and she was a trainer, but she was like, it's a white lady, she just mad, racist, angry, rude to customer. I'm like, how do you have a job? Like, it's like, and then I realized she was like a work snitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she would just like, go and every little thing everybody's doing. Oh, this person put a bottle of water on the counter and they left it there. Like, she was like going hard, like, but literally leaned over just like Schlegel, everything, bro. Like, just the rings around the eyes. I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
oh my god, we gotta stop. I don't feel comfortable laughing about this at all.
Customers used to be like,
Queen, you evil. Queen, you evil.
Yeah, she was evil. Yeah, she was evil. She was evil. Like, mad racist. She rolling her eyes at black people. I'm like, you don't need to roll your eyes at anybody. You look horrible. Like, you start rolling your eyes at black people.
Bro, I was called fat one day by fat chick. I looked at her, I said, nah, we both know damn well it's one of me, it's 3 of you. Right. You should not call nobody fucking fat in the Safro was. This was a whole fucking nurse. I'm like, nah, you know damn well you need to be a fucking patient. Stop.
Right.
Stop, my nigga.
Matter of fact, I might have a picture of Schlegel. Let me get a picture of this joint. I know I took a picture.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking too much time. That shit crazy, bro. Mad racist and angry, bro. Tell me.
I thought Obi-Wan was about to give us a little snippet of that book that we're so curious about. I think we're gonna tour down the Schlegel road for a while.
Hey, look, this is how much as men we hold back on a lot of fucking things.
was okay with it. I want a little kiss.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm saying she didn't agree to it. You said that she was gonna summarize it, but
Yeah. Because I was gonna say I'm not a great narrator, but she definitely got the narrator voice.
Look at my face.
Tales from the Crypt was my shit, bro. Like, no bullshit. But if you ever call a chick a crypt keeper, that shit is wild.
for real, that used to be my shit when I was a kid. I used to be drinking my little milk bottle. Tales from the Crypt. Used to be excited every time. Hello, kitty.
That's my favorite line. Nigga said, hello, kitty. Like, this motherfucking pedophile. He's just like a zombie pedophile. How the fuck is that possible?
I used to love his little dusty ass. He used to be like, go on, Crypt Keeper. I'm here for it with my bottle.
But that nigga stayed on some shit. Iowa, what are you doing?
Yo, my G, I sent that to you, y'all. And KYD, I'm about to send it to you. I can send it around if you want. It's shit crazy. But it's only the headshot, because I can't really show too much else. Nigga, you going to hell. I just thought what you said. Bro. Tell me that ain't Schmiegel, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take your word for it. Please, write a box of stuff.
Hold on. And, no, 4 foot tall, mad, angry all the time, looking over my work, and always trying to like, you gotta put this here. You gotta like, get the fuck away from me with this bullshit. Bro, she looks like a Down syndrome Schmiegel. I'm tell you, bro. You can send that, bro. I don't care what you think about shit.
You can send it, bro.
Bro, she look like she on the hello spectrum. Like they need to study her. She's a fucking therapist.
What you say? She escaped from the lab.
Nigga. She escaped like Paul.
Yeah, what they call her? Let me.
So like,
I sent it to you. Look, yo, Queen, and look, I sent it to you.
Listen here. See profile.
What?
I didn't want the evidence. I took y'all word for it.
Bro, no, I'm about to send that. Bro, she look like she was hey, that's not an experience of terror with me. Fuck that. Hey, she look like she want to scream on McDonough. I got something now. Bro, tell me, mad evil, bro.
That's Smeagol's mom.
Bro, mad evil, yo. I'm telling you, bro.
Her nose all stiff. She look like she be snitching. Stiff ass nose.
Yo, like, when the black woman would come in and sign up, she be having an attitude, walk away, like, yo, you got customers, motherfucker.
Oh, she do look like that thing for real. That is crazy.
Push it to the limit.
She was just like that thing. Wow.
Man, that girl look like she wanna go sniff on a crop. I'm trying to tell you.
I looked at my message request. You guys the one talking about this is my one and only opportunity to join the Illuminati.
Fuck out of here.
Well, you better hit the motherfucking Congressman at the bottom.
Y'all are having too much fun in this room.
The Congressman been chilling for about an hour. He enjoying the convo. Yeah, we definitely.
That's what evil looked like. That motherfucker was so evil towards me, man. I said, what the fuck? Every day trying to clock me, trying to see what time I came in. Like, motherfucker, you're on my ass.
Now she look like an anteater too.
Bro, dude.
Like a motherfucking fruit head.
Queen, do not start that shit. Do not start that.
Fruit head.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, man.
New York fucking no man's land area where there's no population, about 5 people in your town. It's like, man, whatever your idea is of fucking black people, man, you need to take that shit somewhere else, man. That shit annoying as fuck working around people like that. You about to close the sale, they huffing and puffing next to you, making people think it's an uncomfortable place. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no, this is the first time I experienced some extra mean white people. Yeah, because down south, the men got them trained, okay? What? They've been on the train. They trained up in Atlanta, they trained in New Orleans, they are sitting tight and trying to blend in with us. But up here, they bold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they out of control up here. Shit, above the Mason-Dixon line, they out of control.
Yeah. I don't know why. That shit crazy. You're like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah, for real. I'm like, what is this real? Don't worry, sis. We're about to looking around the restaurant. Since the rules out there, I'm looking around like, what the minute? What's going on? And I realized we were surrounded. We're in the wrong area. Don't worry, sis. We about to migrate where most of the black people are at.
I'm gonna tell you a little bit. I mean, I go in a little bit further, but still got this shit on record. But I go in a little further, but I ain't gonna do that right now. It's case pending. These motherfuckers, man.
We saw you.
I don't let people.
We was looking for the man like you and when he was. I don't even know what he was saying. It was like blurred out, but he was acting a fool. It was 3 of us. 3 of my girls went out, me, Queen, and 1 other. And we was in this area called Robinson. Was it Robinson, sis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well it was Robinson. We was at the Central Diner. Oh, he was so nasty to us. I was in shock the whole time. I'm like, is this really happening?
Yeah,
and the girl that was with us, is this a cartoon skit? Right.
Like, don't you people want money? Like, don't you open business to make money? Like, what the fuck?
Like, this is counterproductive.
Bro, they fucking mirrored up, man. These motherfuckers put wrestle fucking money is so stupid, man.
I know they fucking parachute.
When I did the charity for these nightclubs down here in Florida, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. I used to let all the baddest women in. They used to get mad at me. I'm like, nigga, I'm the biggest that got money. Y'all motherfuckers that got money.
You was one of the 600-pound lifers. Okay, and they gonna love them to find security guard.
Bro. They gonna take you into
Look, I let this one chick in, and it's crazy, blissful that you said that. I let this one chick in with all her friends, not gonna hold you. She was, I'm not being funny, she was the biggest one, but she wasn't, like 400 or 500 pounds big. I would give her at least a good 260, 270. All her other friends was super skinny, but they wasn't all cute, right? She was the only one that had fucking money out the whole fucking crew. Me and this other nigga that I was doing the man job with, whatever, was like, yo, we gonna let them in, but we gonna put them on the west side of the fucking club. He like, nigga, why we gonna put them over there? Just put them on the west side of the fucking club. Put them over there, dog. They got that fucking club rocking. We started letting in some, like, thick ass, bro. When I tell you thick, mommy's thick, my nigga. I had this one Jamaican bitch come up to me. She like, yo, how much to get in? I said, shit, we at like max capacity. That shit free now. Nigga, I made the owner open up the back. Cause he had like the indoor club, but then he had like an outdoor, like an overflow area too. That was like right by the fucking water. I'm like, nigga, open that bitch up. This bitch would get the rocket.
Was it thick with women, or did the men come because all the thick girls was in there?
Bro, it was, when I tell you, it was so many niggas
trying to get in this fucking club when they saw all them big booty girls in there. I'm like, bro, I was trying to tell you, like, no, I want models in here. I said, bro, no one's gonna come in here if they don't see no ass, bro. Like, mind you, we're in Florida. I said, bro, I get what you're saying, but let me help you out. I'm a grown ass man, bro. You're an Asian nigga. Let me help you make your money.
He ran over there with his tight ass.
Bro. He saw what I did. He was like, yes, every weekend. I want you here. Every weekend. Every weekend. I said, I told you, bro, let me help you. I got in so many Jamaican women, Haitian women, Latino women, just women. When I tell you this nigga, even right now, he still inbox me on fucking Instagram. Can you come back to my club? Come back to my club. I'm like, bro, you know I don't want to do that shit because now you open up a gay spot, bro. I don't want to be around that shit. All his stuff, ever since he did that shit, all his clubs are now losing money because no one wants to be around that shit. No woman wants to be around that shit. I'm like, bro, you just shot yourself in the fucking foot. No one wants to be around that shit. Why? Because Ybor City, that's, it never fails. We just had a shootout at a fucking gay club because of some gay niggas. And my homeboy that still work for him, like, bro, this nigga's fucking retarded. He don't listen to shit. And like I told him, if you put too many gay niggas in the same room with some women, bro, that shit's not gonna go right. He did not listen to me. All of his clubs are now going down. I told the nigga, put pussy in this fucking room. Bring pussy in the room, not gay niggas. He didn't listen.
I'm trying to tell you, man, different dynamics, man. That shit is a specific, like, that gotta be in a specific spot where them niggas know where they gonna be at. Like, that shit, you can't just turn your club into that. Like, you're gonna chase away all the locals and no fuck them.
Bro, I legitimately had this nigga rocking for damn near 7 months. Every weekend, I was taking home out of my little cut at least $3,500.
Nice, man. Fucking nice.
Every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. $3,500 home.
Get the line, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh, nigga.
I'm about to say you better take it down with
all the ones that want to come shake their ass.
You need to come up with a power plan with him, and so you could manage his motherfucking clubs. The fuck, since he losing money, it'll be the best time to get him.
But this is the thing, though. He don't. Hold on. But this is the thing. He has a good thing for each club. The thing is, he's now gay. They're now considered gay clubs. So he would have to literally start over at ground zero with a book. As the fucking gay clubs.
You went digital.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting here driving. So, no, I was just saying that he would literally just have to start over because now his clubs are known, all they run everything. You have to start over. Literally, when I tell you, I was bringing females out left and right. I was damn near doing security for this nigga and doing marketing for this nigga. I'm like, bro, I'm just doing security. No, you know women. You know people that come out and do this. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck, bro? I will pay you. Okay, hold on now, Juan. See, now talking about armed security, keeping up with basic shit, bro, with that much money every weekend on top of going to other places to work. Of course I was, but this was the thing though. I was helping him do it, which is nothing wrong. But again, he was hard-headed because it's like, bro, you gotta keep more women in your clubs. Keep more women here. The dudes will follow if you keep women. Keep women that men want to look at. Keep women in your spot that men want to look at. I mean, come on. I don't care what nobody say. If you put some big booty women, some slim thick women, I don't give a fuck what you say. Niggas will come and spend the bread. But when he wanted to do this stiff shit, hell yeah. Like literally, I would have him put out flyers, hood style. Oh, we gonna have twerk off on every other Wednesday. We gonna have something Thursdays, and people would come in like crazy. I'm like, bro, just keep that little momentum going, because again, you're in Florida. It's already most days, like, even though it's the summertime for us right now, outside of the summer, we're still at like 80 degrees. So we still in shorts and shit the whole year. Keep that momentum.
You weren't vision though.
Balloon fights, and you get people betting on it with fucking dance offs. You get a whole fucking backyard to your club where you can do this shit and you can bring out live music. Not, the DJ bring out local artists too. He did that for about 5 months and he saw a turnaround just like that. Real shit. I'm like, bro, you got a lot of shit around that you can use to make money. One thing you gotta do is keep beautiful women in the spot and don't discriminate because of their size. Now, granted, if you talk about a woman that gotta come in on a scooter and shit, I get it. But if you had some fine women, some thick women that's just luscious or whatever, you win it. And guess what? He would do BBW Sundays. Nigga, I never saw so many big fucking women go to a fucking club before. I'm like, nigga, you win, bro. You win it. Just keep this shit going. You didn't want to do it.
A manuscript where you gonna force me to do it.
I think you should update the title.
Yeah, I gotta update it too because we got picked wrong. I think we landed. We all understand what women are looking for. They're not looking for
Men
yeah, they're not looking for puppets. They're looking for men. At least the women in the room.
The rest are looking for puppets.
The rest are in fact looking for puppets.
Start in trouble again.